gotta do this right. I gotta
There
do
it
this
is.
right.
Hi, everyone. There is a
Hello.
Toby on camera.
Hello.
Hello there.
Say hello to all the people.
General Katobi.
Katobi? General
Yeah.
Katobi?
Mhm.
Hi,
You are a
Toby.
bold one.
Okay, so now that you've told us twice, you have to tell the chat a third time. Why is your hair so spiffy today?
Okay, well, today I had a date, which was pretty cool. We went out to a place called Round One, which was really nice. Um, Today I was trying to flex my claw game skills because usually when I go out on dates, I try to win the person a stuffed animal or something, even if I don't care for it as much. So today I wasn't able to perform super well. So of course it was like while she was watching me, and I was like, normally I'm really good at this. So I like froze, and then I didn't do super well. But I did get her something in the end, but it was something that I had before, like that I got earlier in the day, and then I gave it to her. So that's how it goes. But we had a good time, and it was a good time. She schooled me in skee ball, which was really cool. We browsed the fighting games, but she wasn't interested in playing them. But yeah, it was pretty cool. And then afterwards, I won a bunch of anime figs. So, and of course, it was after she left. I won a bunch of cool prizes. So let me see. I won.
Rip.
Yeah, I was like, well, I won basically what, if you can see it, it was I won this narwhal, I won that like other whale guy, I won a Hatsune Miku, I won a Gork, and I won this little penguin guy. So it was cool. It was a good time. But of course, it was after she left, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. I'll just use some of the credits that I had on my card and just go to town." And then I did, and I was like, "Well, darn. I don't know where all this luck was before, but there we go." That's why you can actually see my forehead now. So
Woohoo.
yeah. But yeah, today we're doing it. We're gonna finish chapter 2 today. So
Gosh darn it. I did it in the wrong.
Which volume?
hmm?
6.
What's up? Hmm?
6.
6.
All right.
I had to put it in content
Oh, you
announcements.
were asking about the volume. Yeah.
Yeep.
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 Yeep. Yeep. Yeep. Yeep. Yeep. Yeep. Yeep. Yeep. Yeep. We were talking last week about how if Shim ever gets lost in a crowd, I can find him very easily. All I have to do is go, "Ladies and gentlemen of the congregation." Yeah, exactly. He'll just
I don't think
start
my hair's
doing
gonna
the
last long.
he'll just start doing the wacky waving inflatable
Yeah.
arm flailing Shim. And
Mhm.
and we'll immediately know where he is. So
Yeah. He'll be like 50 feet out and be like, "Oh, there he is."
yeah, look
He's
for
in
the
the
guy that
dealer's
looks like he's drowning in a sea of people.
Granted, this will probably happen while I'm trying to pay for something, of course. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna give you a credit card." And I'll like smack the guy, like smack the anime figure out of his hand and like go crazy.
Well,
And then by the time I'm done, I'm like, "Oh shit,
well,
sorry."
since you expect it of me, clearly
Yep.
I have to live up to your expectations.
You're gonna wait too. I bet you're gonna wait until I'm actually like buying something
Hi,
or like
Ari.
in the dealer's
Hi,
rooms.
Calvin. Calvin
Hello.
said yeep.
Yeep.
Calvin!
Are you out and about today, Calvin? What's going on? The one time that Char's able to jump in early and Calvin is not able to jump in? What is going on? Come here,
I
Toby.
don't know.
Come here. There's a good boy. I got kisses. I'm in bed. I'll be on in a few. Okay.
Yay!
We'll see you soon then.
Toby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a good boy.
Yes.
I like it better when we do like the little, what are they called? Little beef jerky sticks, little Slim Jim sticks, because I can put it right here and he comes right up and it's basically like he kissed me.
Aww.
Had to run errands and now I am lit tired. So you're going to take a little nap, but then fires the
Well,
missiles?
take a nap. Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, take a nap. Then fires and misses. Also,
I
we're
want to know,
crafters.
what is that
content
code
creators.
for in this situation? What is fires and missiles?
Give
I
them
can't
pets.
think of anything that's not dirty.
Just
Because that's where I'm at.
I don't know.
All right, I need
Well,
to talk about these things. Probably
yeah.
not the same in the same manner that I talked about them on the Destiny stream. That's right. Bella and I just finished Destiny 1. No more having to jump over to PlayStation. We can play on PC again, thank God. But yeah, he is such a handsome puppy. Toby, they're calling you handsome. He says as I look over and he's like, "Oh, really?" But yeah. All right. I've already cast someone for Slime 9. Cast one character.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
really hilarious.
nice.
I have cast our Yuki Kagurazaka, which is going to be
Ooh.
voiced by DDA, and it's really sad because the only line and he has in that whole episode is "I'm gonna fap good tonight."
At least it's a funny line.
It is. Speaking of good lines, speaking of very good lines, I recently got a chance to read a couple of parts of the script for the I call it Tony the Abridged series. It's Shield Hero. So
Ooh,
for the
okay.
Shield Hero Abridged. No, all right. So here's the thing: the Shield Hero came out, and Tony was like, "I love this. This guy is so goddamn salty." I was like, "Yeah, he's basically anime you." So it's Tony the Abridged series, and that's what I've
Tony.
called Shield Hero ever since. So Tony
What
the
have you
Abridged
called it?
series, Tony the Abridged series.
I don't
So
know, man. I still stand by. I don't know what's worth saving in that universe. Like in
well,
the Shield Hero universe, they all like treat him
dude,
passive aggressively or
there's
aggressively,
some
and they're
dark
all
there's
dicks.
some dark
So,
shit in this script that was really clever and like
mhm,
just chef's kiss on. And once again, I gotta shout out Darkon. Like I
mhm.
gotta give it up to Darkon. Holy shit, the stuff that you wrote. Like I want to write a script with Darkon now because of some of the shit that he wrote. And I'm just like, bruh. So hope you guys are looking forward to it. That's really good. Like it's really good writing. So mad props to the writers and everyone else. There's pressure on you now because I have given the writing a glowing seal of approval to the audience, which means now the pressure's on everyone else to just not fuck up. Good thing that I'm not doing anything important in that series. I am not
Yeah,
writing. The amount of pressure I would be feeling as a director or an
would feel
editor
at
at
least.
this moment in time if I were involved. Shit. So that's why I feel comfortable saying it because it's not my project. The only thing that happens to me is just like every character that Tony casts me in one of the projects that I'm not writing, I die.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Rip.
like
I
your
am
hair?
playing the very coveted role of uh brown coat thug. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, which one? Number
I
2
get
or
to
number
the end.
1?
Oh no, there's just the one brown coat.
Oh,
Everybody
wow.
else
Okay.
is
Whoa.
everybody. Yeah, this isn't like Firefly. There's only one brown coat. Anyway,
Yeah, I
anyway,
like that series.
I get moited. Though
Moited.
I did specifically ask for a role that shows up later because I love the idea of it. So we'll see how that goes. I want to get this role.
The hero of Canton, the one they call Rich. Sorry, I really
Okay.
like Firefly.
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know where we were. I think we were on.
Uh, the paragraph we left off of, according to my Kindle, is "That's bad. We gotta stop him."
Okay.
So page 118 in the digital. So probably like a couple pages before, I think,
No, I'm
for
at
the.
118 as well.
Okay, then they must have synchronized. Okay, then yeah,
That's bad. We gotta
we
stop
gotta
him. So
stop
it
him.
was literally
Yeah.
right after Great Sage died.
hmm
Okay.
hmm
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen of the congregation, turn to page 118 of both the digital and physical versions, and
You get a
get
mini one.
ready for the holy book of Rimuru-wisdom. Wanted to throw you off real quick and
I
not
just
start off
slapped the
the
dealer.
yeah.
Slapped the guy again.
Good times, good times.
Yeah.
That having been said, we do start recording
Mhm.
Slime 9 this week, so looking forward to that. We do
Woohoo.
get the
Mhm.
principal. we will get the actors actually recording, or we'll get them scheduled to record, and we'll get that out there. We got some funny shit. Uh, all I can say is we've got 2 different shows that we have to grab clips from. We got to grab clips from Slime, and I can't tell you why, but we also have to grab clips from Steins Gate. Can't tell you why.
Oh god. Okay.
But just know it's gonna be
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
Also, I'm punishing Shim this episode. I'm making him narrate
God.
half of it.
It works.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah,
It
yeah.
works. You're gonna
The
have to be used
joke
to
was
me.
that I did pitch this to Fel. I go,
Yeah.
what if we had Soe narrate half an episode? And he's like, why would we do that? I was like, okay, so hear me out. Soe in his deadpan tone praising Rimuru, and Rimuru's absolutely uncomfortable with it. And he's like, you skipped over way too much shit. I'm taking over now. And it's like, let
Be
me
good.
show you how to narrate.
Yeah.
Praise be to
Yeah.
Lord Rimuru.
Yeah, praise be to Lord Rimuru.
Because
Doesn't mean shuffled off
because listening to
Game of Golf.
Soe, doesn't he just strike you as having like perfect narrator voice? Come on.
And the groups of people rejoiced in the town square, throwing their hats up.
And there
They
was
were
much
incredibly
rejoicing,
ecstatic.
yes. I am Jedi Master Apu. Thank you for coming. Nice to meet you.
I miss
Okay.
Apu.
No, he's so good.
And they were all ecstatic beyond words.
No, dude, I
Yeah.
seriously, this became a thing on Jedi Fallen
Uh-huh.
Order. I did Jedi Master Apu. I ran around doing an Apu voice while playing that game. And
Oh
it
god.
started because I had to fight a goat. And I was like, oh, look, it's a goat. It is a goat. I am so happy to see this little goat here. What? Why did you hit me? Bad goat. Bad goat. And I started killing him with my lightsaber. And I was like, that is right. I am Jedi Master Apu. You will feel me. You silly
Jedi
goat.
Just
That became
the words
whole...
Jedi Master Apu is a
Yeah,
really funny
literally.
combo of words.
I could not get a word in without that for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
All right.
the reason I'm letting us talk so much is because this is going to be a very short stream. At the end of chapter 2 is where we're stopping. As you heard, we're on page 118. Chapter 2 ends on 133. We don't have a lot of pages. So here's how this particular stream is going to go. Bro, I have recently lost 4 pounds over the last 2 weeks. Bro,
That's awesome, dude.
your
Congrats.
exercise is my way. Now, I'm going to be honest, a lot of that is my diet. I have not been getting a lot of exercise from you guys over the last 2 weeks. So this is me sitting here going, bring it, bitch. But so get those channel points together. I know some of you are sitting on like 2,000 something channel points. Put them down, motherfucker. Put them in there. I will do 40 at a time and then rest and then come back and do 40. So here's the thing. Everybody else is going to read. I'm going to do exercises.
You're gonna get strong.
I'm going to get strong. I'm going to stare at Toby while he does. Also, 10 of the squats. 10 of the squats that are going to happen. I'm going to hold Toby while doing these squats. Yeah. So I'm adding an extra 45. I'm adding an extra 45 to 50 pounds to my squats. I am eating much better. Very soon, we're going to be getting rid of the processed cheese in the house entirely. And we'll be going to the deli and getting actual cheeses. We're going to shred our own cheese. We're going to have our own slices of cheese. So,
mozzarella, cheese.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you. All right. So last, I know I've talked about this before, but this is going to be a thing that I'm doing. I know that people have asked me to do this. I'm probably not going to stream it, but I might record it. Yesterday I made veggie soup again. Hooray for real cheese. Hell yeah. So vegetable soup, it is basically russet potatoes. I cut them into small bits. Celery, I just chop a couple stalks of celery down. I peel some carrots and then I slice the carrots.
Excuse me.
And then I dice up an onion.
Yeah, there we
mince up some garlic. And what happens is the order of operations is this. I have my Instapot. I set that bitch to saute. I pour in some olive oil. I put in the onions. I wait for the onions to get soft. Then I add the minced garlic and tomato paste. Put in tomato paste. Then you add your salt, pepper, bay leaf, and Italian seasoning. Now that's what they call for specifically. If you want to add extra seasonings, as of your taste, you can do
Mhm.
that. Go for it. Now mixing all that around so it gets nice and kind of started to cook. This is where you add this is where you add your stock. So you can do vegetable stock if you want to keep it vegan, which is fine. Uh,
Mhm.
we don't, so I put in
Chicken.
chicken. Yeah, I put in chicken
Mhm.
broth, and so we
Mhm.
put that in, and then we add our veggies. So all the stuff that you heard me say that I cut up, we throw that in there. We also add canned corn, uh, green beans, and spinach, but we
Mm.
pour all the liquid out of the can first before we add it to the soup. Then we add
Mhm.
all that to the soup. Fired, roasted, diced tomatoes. That comes in a can. You pour that in there. You stir that all up. And at that point in time, you close that some bitch, set it to manual. So what you're going to basically be doing is you're going to have it on high pressure, 4 minutes, just let it cook, walk away. That's
Sounds healthy.
it.
And then you deep fry that shit at the end.
No, no. Just because I live in that part of the
Uh,
South, come on, man. That's how I
I know,
got
I know,
this
I know.
way.
I'm just kidding.
That's how I. Hi, Calvin.
Hi,
We have
Calvin.
a
Hello.
Calvin!
So you do all that stuff. You do all that stuff,
Mhm.
and that's your veggie soup.
Okay, my headphones don't
Yeah,
work.
it
Hold on a
sounds really
second.
good.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to add something to veggie soup, here's the other part of that. It's really cheap. I'm going to tell you right now that veggie soup is a lot. It will feed the two of us for about a week, and it's like
Mhm.
$30.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
if vegetable soup doesn't have quite the kick for you, the way that I said you could prepare it doesn't have quite the kick for you, here's the other half of what we do. And this lasted longer than a week because we still got a big ass thing of it. All right, so you get a thing of salsa about this big. Pour half of it into your Instapot after you've cleaned out and washed your Instapot from the previous time. Half of it
Mhm.
is salsa. You put that in there. Boneless,
Okay.
skinless chicken breast. Put those down. Cover the rest of it with the salsa. Put it on. Close that some bitch. Set it to poultry. Walk away.
Hmm.
When you eventually
That's
come
super
back,
easy.
pull the chicken out with some tongs, set it somewhere to cool, possibly your fridge. Let it cool for 5 to 10 minutes to the point that you come in, you open it up. It may still be steaming. That's okay. On the inside, let it cool to the point it should be tender enough that you can shred it by hand into small
Mhm.
little bits. So you just shred that sucker and throw it back in the salsa and you stir it in there and you've literally got chicken and salsa. Put a little bit of that into your veggie soup. I swear to God, there's your protein. It's good.
Sounds good.
I'm already feeling a little better, and just judging by the camera, I look slightly better. I don't know.
I mean, you look good to me.
I got
So
checks in the mail.
I don't know if you saw this, but someone suggested that Menu do a cooking show.
They did.
it would
They
be
did
fun.
at one
Yeah.
point. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
was like, nobody's going to watch that. And immediately, yeah.
Add one bay leaf.
It's literally just going to be me going, don't be a disgusting fucking Dave. Put in the Italian seasoning.
Yeah.
It's gonna be me cursing out the audience. But you know what? That honestly, that works because Uncle Roger is a thing.
Uncle Roger.
Uh,
Uncle Roger.
so,
Yep.
so what I
The
have
saucepan.
that I am
Hi-ya.
eating right now is actually super
Mhm.
healthy.
Yeah.
Greek chicken and potatoes, and I also added some carrots to it. But essentially, the seasoning is olive oil, lemon juice, oregano, rosemary, salt, pepper, and a bit
That's
of
right,
cayenne.
Calvin. Keep sitting in those exercises. Yeah, go for it. Come
Sounds
on,
pretty
bring
nice.
it, bring it, bring it.
That sounds
Yeah.
nice and
And
simple. I like that stuff.
you you mix that together. Put some carrots in there. Well, at least I
Oh,
added
everybody enjoy
carrots.
this while you can. Enjoy this because next
You're
week
gonna
I'm
grow
getting
it out?
next week I'm getting a flat cap. No, I can't grow out what I don't have.
You can't be like a Play-Doh machine where it just
Yeah, I can't be like a Play-Doh machine. It just doesn't work that way. Just push my beard hair up until it comes back. That's what
Yeah.
happened. It retreated to my jaw.
Whoa. Like
Like when I started losing this, I started growing this. I'm like, can I have this
Mhm.
back, please?
yeah.
I miss it. No, I'm
Yeah.
gonna start wearing a
You could
flat
always
cap.
do the Dr. Wiley.
Dr. Wawi.
The-
I
No,
love Dr. Wowie.
bold of you to assume I can grow a majestic-looking beard.
Oh, it's okay if it helps. I can't either. It's
No.
always like out my neck. Just it's really gross.
I've never been able to grow a beard. Oop!
You're a
We
neck
got
beard.
Calvin!
All right, so
Yeah, it's,
everybody
like,
else is
really
going to be
gross, bro.
reading. Everybody else is
Alright.
going to be reading.
I are
since,
here.
and since we
Cool.
left off, all right.
Try
so
and
Calvin,
send in the requests for
first off,
also for exercising, and then also for us reading in different voices.
okay.
Speaking
so
of which,
everybody's
rest
voice.
in peace, Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, I was going to say everybody has to start off with Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if
It's a
only
good
just
idea.
your first paragraph is going to be Gilbert Gottfried. So that's bad. We got to stop him. Oh, because he walked away, and especially because he has food in his mouth. Calvin is up first.
Oh no, I'm just. I had to grab my book.
All this
Yeah.
time we were talking about food. All right, guys.
Mhm.
So this is going to be the exercise stream for me. Everybody else is going to be reading. Y'all are going to be making me work. So put those exercises in there. And somebody who is a mod, please tell me there's a mod in here. Somebody
Probably.
tally up these
Ari's here,
exercises real
right?
quick.
Ari's here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's good.
Hold
Yeah.
on, Let me.
Yeah,
close
but
the
she's
door.
probably on her phone, so she can't tally up the comments. Like, stuff.
Oh. Should we just
I
scream
mean,
her
she
name
was
really
already,
loud?
she was already yelling at me because she was like, I have to go home and make food, and now you're telling me about all this food stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't say I
Arby.
treated my mods with any sort of respect. I just said, yeah. This is gonna be a short one because we've got like just a little over, what is it, 15 pages to go?
Yeah. a
Yeah,
little
she said
over.
she's driving.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know what? My exercises are more important than your survival on the highway. Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like
No,
a great out of context
Absolutely take
t-shirt.
care. Jesus Christ.
Mhm,
KJ Kilo. All right. Got them crunches going on. All
mhm.
right. Who else is here that is commonly always here? See, I don't know if Rickalicious is ready to have this level of responsibility.
Mm.
Yeah.
Rima might be here. I don't know. I have to go check on
All right. So here's the thing. Actually, I've got a mod right here. Chub Supreme.
Oh dear.
Yeah, count them all up, sir. I need
Okay,
you. I
got
need
it.
you to quietly count them up and then send them to me.
Okay, you got it.
over the Twitch chat, so I know how many we have so far. So right
Okay.
here, when it says death by exercise, I need you to tally all those up from that moment on. And everybody, a real quick stretch. That was redeemed. Yep, bring him on, bring him on. Oh, good stretches,
Let me
good
just get my-
stretches.
okay.
Oh, I needed that. My back needed that.
Mhm.
All right, so now that we're tallying them up, hi Toby.
See one,
You wanted to stretch too? Come here. We'll stretch.
2,
No, you gotta come
3, 4.
There we go.
Good grief, that is a lot of dog.
That is a lot of dog.
A lot of dog.
Trust me when I say this Doge right here. Okay, Mr. Waggling around like a fish on a boat. Redeem
much
Toby
Doge.
pets. So much Doge. Okay, so the stuff that Rickalicious does not count. That's from the next
Oh, okay.
group. Yeah, that's the next group.
Oh,
Come here,
okay.
Toby. Toby pets
So
were
everything
redeemed.
from
Come here.
CJ Kilo backwards.
Woo!
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll do that.
Toby pets were redeemed. And basically, I'm gonna get done with. It's basically whenever we call time for somebody else to take over. That's when I get the next exercises to go. So
Okay.
Shim and Calvin and Char will all be responsible. Sorry, that wasn't a forgetting. That was a catching of the breath. Picking up Toby is not a easy, fun thing.
Right.
Woo boy. What? It's an inhaler. What? You got asthma? You want somebody? No?
Ah!
Here you go. You can smell it. Come here, Toby.
Math.
Have some steroids. You look like you could use somebody. Have some steroids.
Mm-mm.
Warrior spirit in a bottle. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Right?
Yeah.
Where is the lie? Where is the lie? All right. So it's going to be really nice next week when we start chapter 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The eve of battle.
Evil battle.
The eve of battle. Not the evil battle. That's a different evil battle. Oh my god. The next one.
More than a battle to me. Sorry.
Yeah. I
It
love
sounded
that.
just like that.
137 is where the next one starts, and it ends at 164. So less than 30 pages on that chapter. And then we go we get to the interlude, which is the Demon Lords. And that's actually longer than the chapter. Yeah. 192 from 167. So yeah, over almost 30 there. And then
sort of.
and then chapter 5 is in the land of destiny, and that's basically the war. Chapter 5 is Walpurgis. And then we have chapter 6, the Octagram.
I think I tallied up everything from that one backwards. So you got 40 push-ups, 10 squats, 20 Russian twists, 30 crunches, and 20 jumping jacks.
Yeah, you're gonna have to type that up, bro.
Yeah.
Jumping lifts, I think, should be a new workout. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah.
Like 40 is the most at one time that I will do, so you'll have to carry them over if they're more than that.
Yeah, I gotcha. And then should I just do Rickolicious's
Is
downward
Toby lifts a new workout? No, it is not.
Oh,
nice. I'm going to pick Toby. Toby has a mind of his own and a body of his own, and he's not always cooperative.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
So, like, if I tried to bench press Toby, he would scratch the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Let me see.
Little punk.
So you said to send it to you via Twitch?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Chat. Just type it up in chat.
You got it.
And then from Death by Exercise on downward will be the next set.
Gotcha. All right.
Does Toby get motion sickness? No. Well, I mean, he doesn't get car sick, so I would imagine he doesn't get motion sick. Also, I don't know what you were doing, but I saw one hand over here, and I'm like, are you stabbing the shit out of that salad? Like, what is going on?
Showing who's boss. No, Char.
Char. It looked like she was stabbing the shit out of it, because she had one hand I could see was doing like that, and then the other hand was like, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, she is
cutting my chicken.
At least you weren't choking.
Oh my god.
There we go. The hesitance on that was like, I was debating. Should I say it? Should I not? And I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, do it.
And like, it makes no sense to say a girl was choking her chicken. I'm like, yeah, but who cares?
All right. In response, I'll say this. Fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
Holy shit.
I mean, it depends on what the blades are made of. That might actually be appetizing.
They're made of flesh.
The blades.
Here I was quoting Heathers.
The blades are made. It's like a vibrating chain of like soft and pudgy like soft and pudgy like little things. So it's kind of like you know, a rotating, vibrating thing. Yeah. You're like, you just, oh, that's the spot. And everybody's like, what?
That's a fun thing to imagine.
They just see you
I hope someone's clipping this.
They see you taking the chainsaw in. They don't see you unpack it and see what the blades are made of. They just hear it rev up, and they just hear, oh, that's the spot.
Oh, dear God. That's a fun mental thought.
I mean, also, if we're doing Shonen Jump stuff, there is a thing called Chainsaw Man, so technically we could.
Oh yeah,
That is
I heard that's a
true.
good manga. So.
Technically, you could be fucked gently with a chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Did you want
Also,
me to
I
send the
don't know
next
how many
part
of you
now, or
guys
no?
have seen this meme. Like, you've seen the eyes in how detailed the eyes look in Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man. Versus the eyes on the Mappa animators are just like... And they just have bags under them.
Oh, the animators. Yeah, I was like, wait, Studio Mappa does good eyes. Yeah.
No, the animators at Mappa, they have like bags under their eyes that they look tired af.
Spy Family
Tired.
is being done by both Cloverworks and Mappa.
I heard it's really good.
No, I
is
thought it
so
was
fucking good.
Cloverworks and Wit.
Is it? No, okay.
Yeah,
no,
Wit.
no. It was no, it wasn't Spy Family. It was Mappa and Cloverworks did freaking My Dress Up Darling. That's what they did.
Mm.
And you could tell Mappa was involved because those titty physics. Jiggle physics were in full, like, guys, I'm not joking.
Hashtag titty physics.
Hashtag titty physics. I mean, we are talking about the country that developed Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball 1 and 2. And in the second one, they were literally talking about how they made an AI code that would made an AI code so that each titty would jiggle independently of the other titty. And I'm just like, that is way too much coding and effort for a game about titties.
And who says programming and math isn't fun?
Right?
Christ.
Wait, I've only got 10 of every. Okay, I was fixing to say. I was like, okay, 40 push-up. No, you didn't have to do the second set because the second set was where the news set would start. Oh well.
Okay, but that's
all right,
that's
Calvin.
what it was.
You're
Past
up,
that.
and you have to start with Gilbert Gottfried.
All right,
What's the first line?
that's bad.
All right,
Alright,
Toby,
give me a
I gotta
second.
do push-ups. I know. 40 of them.
Need to make sure I
What?
don't spit
But
out
we're
food
scared
while I'm
for it.
yelling.
Good thinking.
Not that I don't trust you, but
That's bad! We gotta stop him! If not for all those imperiled beastmen, then at least for my own ass!
It's a perfect
you
one
have
to
any
lead
idea
with
how hard it
Gottfried.
was to continue doing push-ups?
So good. That was like the perfect, like opening Gilbert Gottfried paragraph. At least for my own ass.
That
So
being
good.
said, Eurasidia's people were on friendly terms with us, and trust is worth a lot more than money. Sometimes, compassion can help you as much as the other person. There's no need to refrain from being fully involved. Should I keep going? Or is that
I think it's one
is that enough
paragraph in
torture?
Gottfried.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Benimaru, stop them. He grinned at my fairly reckless order. You got it, or I should say, leave it to me. Nice to see he's a man of integrity, too. Get him heated up, and he can't help but drop the formal speech. He always treats me with so much respect in public, seeking to draw a line between personal and political life. But I wish he wouldn't go through so much effort. I don't want him openly sneering at me, so at least I don't have to worry about that. Not that public derision of me is a problem in this nation. I suppose it's kind of like if you get promoted beyond your former boss in your workplace, and it gets all awkward between you two. It's just the way society works. Deal with it. So I decided to deal with it and act the part of the boss. Great. We'll now design a defense line for the Beast Kingdom of Eurasania. I want to hear suggestions for a way to win, with Benimaru taking the realm. All my leaders bowed at me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Rebel. Yeep.
Reggie told me
Even
about Eep. Sorry, go ahead.
I actually don't know the story of Eep. It just sounds like a fun word to say. Even the three Beasketeers joined them. I guess my dignity was more than intact. Still, that Clayman's even sneakier than I thought. Scheduling Walpurgis, even the evening 3 days from now, must have been all part of the plan. He'd stage his Eurazania genocide before any other demon lord could intervene.
Toby was
Then
like,
gleefully
nobody look
reported-
at me.
then gleefully report on it during the event. It would take time to unite the scattered forces across the land. Right now, any fighters in the Beast Kingdom would just be picked off one by one. It'd be impossible to resist. And then you have all those powerless civilians being killed without a second thought. Now that we've decided to block that, the meeting hall was buzzing with ideas. Everyone wanted to assemble a force at once and head on over. But nobody verbally brought it up. Everyone here was deeply acquainted with the importance of starting with intel. I didn't move immediately after declaring we'd defeat Clayman, precisely because I was awaiting Soe's report. Even now, we were having supplies gathered in the town's main square and refreshing our soldiers' equipment. Kaijin, Garm, and Dold were all crafting new weapons and armor, using their respective technical skills, and all of our fighters were changing into them and preparing for the battle ahead. No point in panicking. You had to know the enemy's location, army formation, numbers, and mission. Running into the fray without at least that much won't earn you any results to be proud of. And now our deliberations were nearing their climax. So, what's that about the war power we have on? So, that's about the war power we have on hand. If we can have them be there in time, we can win. The problem is transport, isn't it? There's no way. Excuse me. There's no. Sorry. There's no way to make it, so we need a way to buy time. Why not send the Goblin Riders and Gabiru's force in first to stage a guerrilla resistance? Hakuro suggested. No, it would mean nothing, Benimaru calmly stated. I've examined the geography of the Beast Kingdom, and much of it is either flat or features low hills. There are few natural elements to conceal oneself in. A surprise attack from the air would be effective, but a guerrilla force of 100 or so wouldn't be adequate. The best place to hide a force like this would be the fruit orchards lining rivers, but these were spread out across hilly areas with good drainage, so not as subtle as we want. The terrain wasn't suitable for concealing large numbers of troops. Since when were you looking into our geography? Sufia quietly groused. I was kind of wondering about that myself. Benimaru probably did some research when I sent him to lead our first envoy team into the Beast Kingdom. I guess I really can rely on him to be thorough. Sufia didn't seem to be genuinely offended, at least. We have a team of approximately 400 beastmen who are geared for speed, Alphys advised. Bird types are rare among us, no more than 100. Sending them out in advance would be a death sentence. Simply being able to fly didn't shield them from fatigue, after all. If they plus Gabiru's team couldn't even reach 200, there was little point deploying them first. With the high visibility of the terrain, too, small squadrons couldn't accomplish much. So, for our strategy, we would have to go back to basics. Plow everything into doing what we could as accurately as possible. And that's it. We'd send messages out to the fighters across the land, gather up as many civilians as we could, and evacuate them out. Once they were in Tempest, the Dryads' protection should do a lot for their survival rate. We then have our speedier forces to use guerrilla tactics to aid in their escape. The slower armies would march as well, swallowing up the refugees as they prepared to face off against Clayman's force. That was the basic wrap-up. It was a battle against time and relied on a fair bit of luck. Excuse me.
Oh, also Ryoma redeemed bestest boy, so.
But Toby's right there.
That's true.
Okay.
I'll have to
We didn't have any better ideas. Thus, to prevent the worst, we decided that all of us should go out on the field to fight as well. Our top leaders, Benimaru, Shuna, Soe, Shion, Geld, and me, all had learned all had learned a spatial motion extra skill, giving them control over transport gates, linking two locations together. Diablo was born with that ability too, but he was with Yom's team at the moment. I could call him back if things got bad, but I wanted to handle this with us seven if possible, myself included. This is each of us may have had the power of a whole army, but we couldn't afford to push ourselves too far. Shuna, in particular, wasn't too suited for on-the-ground combat. I wanted to have Gabiru and Hakuro covering for her, if possible.
Okay, Shim, it's your turn to take over.
Okay. Yes, it's the only way, I reasoned. If we can help earn our forces sometime, I think we can pull this off with a minimum of casualties. Would have been nice if we could have just bring them all over here with the regular transport magic, but I brought up that idea mainly so I could publicly shoot it down. Our problems our problems would be solved if we had magic that could instantly transport an entire army from one point to another. But not even my spatial motion worked on 10,000 troops at once. But
Understood. Transportation magic allows for the transferal of materials at a low cost. It works by using a separate dimension to link 2 points together, but it is not effective for handling organic matter due to heavy magical irradiation. However, anyone protected by a barrier would not be affected by the transport. Those are the fundamental rules of transportation magic. You fucking Dave.
So that's the difference between teleport and transport magic? It's just that teleport costs more magicals to cast, since it includes spells to protect who you're teleporting? Wait, so...
In other words, you fucking Dave.
Yes.
Since Magic-born and monsters...
Yeah. I was hoping you would augment that with you fucking Dave.
Since Magic-born and monsters have natural magical resistance, anyone is capable of erecting a barrier over themselves. Can be transported successfully without issue. But, the world is full of morons, so none of them know how to do that! Oi, lady! You knew where I was going with that.
Yeah, that was good.
Freund Laven! Alright, anyway.
Oh, nice and chubby baby!
There we go. And if you Daves haven't added more push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, and plenty of juice, I'm gonna be mad. 30 of all exercises. 30. Yep. What in the world voice was that? Whoa, Char, what was that?
Did I did?
Yeah, did you just right after that?
I just went
Oh,
I just went
it sounded like a much different sounding emotional.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have noticed
the idea of punishing me with exercise to the point that I'm near death. I was like, that's what gets Char's motor running. Everybody help Char achieve happiness.
No.
Help Char achieve happiness. Kill me with exercise.
Char's sadist powers.
Yeah, sadist powers activate. I'm not actually a masochist, so this doesn't work for me. But that having been said, a full transportation spell that included measures to protect the target would also be possible if you weren't a stupid fucking Dave.
Oh. Rimuru sitting there with like a piece of drool coming down. It's like flies.
Charge do a Zarbon moan. See, I wasn't the only one that heard it. All right, so hold on.
Okay.
Guys, we're at 1, 2. We're at 30 Russian twists, so we're good on Russian twists. Squats. We got 1, 2. We need 10 more squats. 20 more crunches. And 20 more push-ups. So 2 more push-ups redeemed. 2 more crunches redeemed. We're good on Russian twists, so we need how many squats? One more thing of squats. Yeah. One more thing of squats. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. And jumping jacks, we need 2 more jumping jacks redeemed. So get to it, chat. All right, sorry.
You got it.
Continuing
good.
on.
Okay. So, if you're strong enough not to die when exposed to a ton of magicules, then you can go across this separate dimension or whatever. I guess that's the way the spatial motion skill works. I should have noticed that. What's more, if you can fully protect whoever you're transporting, it's no problem to send them over. I suppose that's a sort of teleportation, really, but wouldn't that just waste a lot of magical energy? Besides, trying to adapt that into a legion magic you could deploy on tens of thousands of troops is far beyond what I could do right now.
Yeah, understood, Dave. The spell has already been developed. I mean,
He's like,
a long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away.
Star Trek.
Da-da-da.
All right, anyway.
I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Whenever menu calls, Dave, 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 Dave.
Dave, 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 Dave.
I kind of want to make this an actual ringtone now.
Yeah.
Calvin, can we do this as an actual ringtone and then try and sell it? Because I'm down for this.
Yes, please.
Sell it on the Nokia store.
I don't know if we can get clearance from Disney with that.
What? We'll
Yeah.
just say it, Dave,
Not
Dave,
true.
Dave, 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 Dave. They don't own every Dave.
Mm.
You'd have to do it. Dave, 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 fucking Dave.
See, there you
Yeah.
go.
Mhm.
Answer your
That was
phone, you stupid Dave. You moron Dave. Just pick up your phone, you stupid Dave, 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 Dave. I almost said motherfucker. But I was like, why don't I sing this as though somebody was in a grocery store and not okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, anyway.
Yeah.
Last thing I need is complaints from the PTA.
Mhm.
All right,
Nobody needs
anyway.
that.
So, I have also succeeded in pairing it with the extra skill Dominate Space to greatly reduce the magical force required. Because
Well,
I'm
look at
not a
that.
Dave. All right, guys,
Yeah.
really quickly, from
Mhm.
the tens, I just need to tally up and make sure that we're at all 40s here. So, let's see. You had 10, 10, 10, and 10. So that means
Yep.
Okay,
Everything
we're good on
downward, I
Russian
haven't
twist.
counted yet.
We're good on Russian twists. Okay, squats 1, squats 2, squats 3. We're good on squats. Crunches 1. We need
It's
2
over,
more
Dave.
crunches
I know,
redeemed.
I know.
Push-ups. We need 2 more push-ups redeemed. Jumping jacks. We need 2 more jumping jacks redeemed. I love that it's you guys that are doing it. I was like, where's the rest of chat?
They're
All right.
coming. They're here.
We need
Yeah.
1 more crunches redeemed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One more thing of crunches, and then all right. So you'll keep going. Once I finish my exercises for that portion, it will be Char's turn to pick up.
Okay.
All
and then
right.
once we get done with the chapter, we will dick around for the rest of the episode.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Calvin,
Huh.
you may want to, you may want to put on a smile for the next What the Fell. We finished Destiny 1 today, and we're gonna finally hop back into Destiny 2. And guess what? We're making him play.
Destiny 3.
No, there is no Destiny 3.
I know.
Witch Queen on
Oh.
Legendary.
Oh.
We're gonna make him enjoy that story.
All of the pain.
All of the pain.
You
Which is
are not a
funny because when we
peaceful
do
lady.
it with 2 people, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier.
more the
I can't
merrier.
wait to take you through. Okay, so we got the crunches that we needed and 1 more push-ups. So we need 1 more push-up and 2 more jumping jacks. All right, sorry, continue.
Oh, good. Well, look at that. I can't believe how much Raphael has grown, developing new skills and magic without me, even without having to ask.
Oh, look
I
at
mean,
that. A
my
Krillin
skill-
who doesn't know any better.
Yeah. Pecking order. Same. I mean, my skills must have evolved a huge amount when I awoke in Demon Lord form, but I still didn't have a grasp of them all. They would have just been going to waste without Raphael. If I had to guess, this was ability adjust at work, but either way, I couldn't ask for anything better. Right here, right now, it had just provided me the exact spell I wanted more than anything in the world. No complaints here.
It's because I'm not a fucking Dave! You hear that in the background? How did you do that? I'm not a Dave! Dave!
Then, Sir Rimuru, Shuna warned me, aware of the danger. It's too hazardous to attempt to transport magic on an army. Yeah, you're right, Shuna, but just now I've successfully developed a new spell. All our problems were cleared away. I felt bad for Clayman, kinda. He would have won if it wasn't for my evolution. Oh, what on? Just now? Everyone gave me surprised looks. I nodded back at them. The question is, are you prepared for this? If we use this spell, we can send our entire army over there at once. But it'll be the first time I've ever used it, and we haven't tested its safety at all. There's no time to experiment with it, but do you still trust me? I, at least, trusted Raphael.
Crafter,
If Raphael...
I will do it if we get all of our exercises redeemed. I will put on the Crusader helmet and do my exercises.
Yeah. I'll get you pumped. If Raphael says we can do it, then there's no room for doubt. But what about everyone else? They trust me enough to stake their lives on this? No need to worry, Minimaru said with a brazen smile. Hold on. Check this out. No need to worry, Minimaru said with a brazen smile. I've given you my loyalty, and as your loyal retainer, I would gladly die if ordered to do so. I know all too well by now that you'd never give us a meaningless order. The rest of my leaders agreed. Even Diablo, the new guy, was nodding with that eerie grin on his face. The Beastketeers joined them. You've got my trust, Sufia declared.
And
We
my
can't start getting...
axe.
Yeah, and my axe.
All right, here's the deal.
Yeah.
I got my exercises, all 40 of each of my exercises. I will do the exercises in here on one condition. I need either a prime, a tier 1, or a single gift sub right now. All right. Go ahead. I'll wait.
We can't start getting suspicious of someone whose help we're asking for. He's already saved me once. Our fighters know that, so I ain't about to start whining now. Oh dear, Phobio. You're making it sound like I have no choice but to agree. But we're the slowest force, and as long as we are, I'll want to rely on Sir Rimuru's power to help us out. Alma seemed a tad dubious still, but not enough to turn us down. I nodded at them all. I hear you loud and clear. Time to turn the tables on Clayman's schemes. Okay. It's all up to you men and women now. Let me see some victory.
Hold on.
Wait. Anyway.
All right, Calvin, fuck you.
Oh God, he's doing it. He's doing it.
I am ready for this.
For the horn.
How funny does it sound?
I love the resonating.
I'm blue, da boo dee da boo die da. All right, here we go.
Toby's just looking at you like, what the fuck is my master doing?
Dude, you look really cool, actually. I like that.
You look awesome. Toby was just looking at you like, what the fuck is he doing?
Is he going to war?
He jumped when I said hello to him.
Yeah, he's like,
wait, I'm waiting for the stream to catch up to that.
Oh, there it is.
Because I turn and look
sub.
at him.
Just a 0.
Is it that?
There it is. It's in the... You can probably barely see it, I think.
All right.
It says get the
helmet. By the way, Calvin, before we get back to it, we are the knights who say... All right.
Sorry.
Toby, what the hell?
Yeah.
I love that. Toby's like, what the hell?
Why? All right.
Continue on.
We are the knights who say...
He's like,
we are the knights who say... Shem.
I want to rely on Shem. I not Shem. Or not Schmidt. It's all up to you men and women now. Let me see some victory.
Right. Hold on.
Wait.
Hold on.
Let's see, hold on.
All right, Calvin, fuck you.
All right. There he is. He's doing it.
I am ready for this.
For the horn.
How funny does it sound?
I love the resonating.
I'm blue.
There he goes.
I hope to God somebody's clipping that.
Hopefully. You look super
I
cool.
bumped
dude.
my head on the bed trying to get over here. Well, I mean, I bumped the helmet. My head is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Scratch.
it's but a scratch.
Just a flesh wound.
Scratch your arms off.
All right, I gotta stop
What is
hitting
it?
my bed now. I'm going back.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I was starting to see some wild, ferocious smiles. If we can all make it in time, we're sure to win. Plus, no matter how closely Clayman's surveilling the highways, he'll never notice our troops get transported in. It's practically in the bag. No wonder everyone seems so confident again. So I left reworking our strategy to Benimaru, and while he was doing that, Soe gave another report that a group of 100 Dragon Faithful had merged with Clayman's force. 100? That much shouldn't be a problem, said Benimaru. Did Benimaru know about this group already, or Soe? I meekly asked. What are these Dragon Faithful? The name for those who worship the dragon, in other words, Lady Milim, the Dragon Princess. Oh, Milim's people? I thought Milim said she didn't have anyone working under her. So, kind of like her fans then? Her domain, which didn't really have an official name, featured a population of under 100,000, mostly people living off the land in harmony with nature. Maybe they were acting as bodyguards to Clayman's force as they proceeded through their domain. So we didn't have any more information
I
yet.
think
so we
Toby
dropped
should
the
have been
subject.
wearing the helmet.
Oh God, he'd be lost and be like, what? Actually, I bet the helmet would fit like half his body. But anyway, so I didn't have any more information yet, so we dropped the subject. For now, I ordered him to continue monitoring the Clayman army, as well as search for a suitable area to deploy our own forces. Char, I think it's your turn.
Okay, I can't do jumping jacks
I
in the
don't
helmet.
know if you saw what I put in the chat in general.
I can't do jumping jacks in the helmet. That actually will hurt a lot.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
do regular jumping jacks.
I was just gonna say, if anyone is possibly able to share their screen with me, because
Are you on volume 6?
I was on volume 6, but the version that I have is I
it
think
the
a
digital
fan
version?
translated version.
Oh, did you
Because
not
when I
get it
tried
from,
to look for the same words, it
oh,
was
did you do like
different.
a search? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Because I know that sharing a screenshot is illegal. We technically can't do that. So,
Yeah.
let's see. Did you hear that, Richie?
What?
Did you hear that? Chara has like a fan translated version of Volume 6.
Sounds
Where did
like
you pick it up from, or where'd you buy it from?
benefit from some of Nyanta's nibbles.
Online.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Where
but I mean, like,
online?
Did you, yeah. I just bought my version from,
Tensurafan.github.io.
No.
Okay.
I'm
Bookwalker.
I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person.
Guys, we here
You
at
are
Fat Dog Studios do not condone piracy. Shun the char.
Boo this girl! Boo her!
Hold on.
Yep. Oh God. Throw her into the pond.
Anyway,
Yeah. It's
Wait,
fine.
am I a
It's
witch? Is that it?
do you float?
Which way? If you weigh as much as a duck, then you're made of wood.
Bad char, no
Therefore-
cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I done goofed,
Okay,
to put it mildly.
That's okay. Probably
Bookwalker
just get it
or
next time,
Amazon
so.
Kindle. They're pretty cheap
Mhm.
still.
Yeah,
Digitally,
like
they're-
$6. So
How much did you pay for yours?
like $6.
No. Char.
Oh.
Oh, jar. Okay.
Did you pay more for yours?
No, what I ended up doing was, there was a website that I used to use.
Mhm.
Let me say this. I'm a broke college student.
Yeah, but the more words you use to describe this, the more sketch it sounds.
I know! Okay, fine. You move on to the next person,
You're like,
and I'll...
here's the thing. You're like, I'm a broke college student.
Right.
I'm like, we have a salty rig.
Oh, back.
We have patrons that could supplement this.
Mm-hmm. I also don't mind
Guys,
even paying
guys,
that
for
if you need it,
just
so.
For just 2 cups of coffee, you can help this poor Char get an actual translated book.
Actually, coffee is probably more expensive than the digital Kindle. So
You
No,
wouldn't
just
think
give
it.
me like a 2-hour nap and then I'll do it.
You wouldn't think it. This poor Char,
Yeah.
this poor Char suffers from the same thing as starving children in Africa. Lack of good translated light novel.
Sorry, you gotta zoom in on Char's sad face.
All right. Fine. I'm going on Bookwalker.
All
It's
right.
all good.
I was gonna say it's either there or Kindle. Like you can do it.
Yeah,
like,
it's
no.
pretty cheap.
Yeah,
So.
some of us are like, just know that if you have a PayPal, somebody's probably sending you money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like that.
Especially since it takes us several months to get through a volume.
Mhm.
We're like, yeah, but in the course of like 3 months, which is what it usually takes us, you should have accumulated $10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. I do have enough money.
All right, I think we've done what we can. I may not be able to do crunches wearing this motherfucker either, but I will try. I have done all my jumping jacks and half of my squats.
Mhm.
I've got the other half of the squats that I'm going to do now, and then it's all the lying down stuff. I'm probably going to be able to do the push-ups, but that'll take me the longest.
Mhm.
So, poor Char, you deserve to be teased, but we still love you, says Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You done messed up,
Hang on.
Aaron.
I'm
I
looking
hereby
for it.
determine that Char must be sentenced to feather tickle torture.
Bring out the comfy chair.
Bring
Yes!
out the
The
boa.
comfy chair!
Yeah, the comfy chair. That helmet's so cool.
Where
I
are
love
the queens when you need them? And not the ones that wear a crown and a fancy dress. I'm talking about the ones that come to the clubs with the feather boas. We need their feathers.
Bring them to me. Post haste.
Oh. Huh. All right, I think we fooled around long enough. Pick up where you left off, I guess, guys.
All right, Calvin, should
Hang
you?
on.
Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it.
After Calvin,
Well, no,
Um,
Char still has
can I go?
lines to
Hmm.
go through because
Yeah, that's the
I'm
thing.
not
So
done with my exercises, so he still keeps going.
that's true. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, so
When
okay.
I get done, it's Char's turn. Now, if y'all finish the chapter
okay,
before I
gotcha.
get done,
Okay,
say
gotcha.
la
'Cause we
vie,
were
and
at
then
an
Char gets
asterisk,
to talk
so-
whatever the hell she wants to talk for the remainder of the time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was just making sure because we were at an asterisk.
She can
so-
write her own slime abridged script if she wants to. She just has until now.
I'd be
Yeah.
happy
And until
to.
10
I've done
o'clock.
some abridged scripts before.
All right.
No, seriously,
I'll
I did a
continue.
version of Devilman Crybaby. It still hasn't been put out on the internet, but it is very
you did
meta.
Mhm.
And out of
Alright,
all the
I guess
things
I'll-
to abridge, I don't know why I thought Devilman Crybaby would be a good one.
I mean,
It
kinda
is a
funny.
one shot though, only
No,
one
not the
shot, and I
series
was
itself, but, yeah.
no, yeah, I was thinking of also doing Durarara abridged, which is a great series. If you
I've
haven't
only
seen
a
it
couple,
yet,
but I've only seen a couple episodes, but anyway. I guess I'll
Okay.
continue. That wrapped up how we'd handle the battle. Next came the Walpurgis Council Ramirez had warned me about. The 3 Beastketeers were already gone, relaying our strategy to their troops and convincing them my transport magic would work. Murin left as well, since Walpurgis was my problem, and she wouldn't have any feedback for that. Her job was to assist Yom. This meant it was just the usual Tempest gang with me, which put me quite a bit at ease. There was no need to hold anything back for politeness' sake now. If we only knew where Clayman was, I could just teleport it right on over and put an end to this pronto, but if his military was in motion, that meant his headquarters had to be more lightly guarded. My leaders and I could have zoomed right over and finished him off without having to worry about a counterattack. Of course, I couldn't afford to laze out on this town's defenses while I was away either. Better keep that in mind. I apologize, so I said. There is an area in the region surrounded by a thick fog of magicules. I found it too dangerous to proceed inside. No need for him to be sorry. He needed to be careful in everything he does, even with a replication of himself. It'd be a lot worse if we screwed up and the enemy found out what we were up to. Clayman's HQ ought to be beyond that cloud. This was already enough of a lead to go on. Should several of us explore the area while it's unguarded? Benimaro suggested. isn't Clayman holding Walpurgis shortly? Shuna coldly countered. I fear we may miss him entirely. True, added Hakuro as Benimaru winced. It would reflect quite poorly on us if we underestimated the enemy's force and tasted defeat. We need Sir Rimuru to keep our forces together. All right, any other suggestions? Shion's hand shut up. Yes. Why don't we storm that Walpurgis thing and slash up both Clayman and any other demon lords who have a problem with us? Her eyes were gleaming as she said it. It was my fault for letting that idiot talk in the first place. Well, it's not. I could feel the veins throbbing around my temples, but I held it all back. This wasn't the first time I had to deal with something like this. Shion, how are you going to slash them up?
So
Oh,
hear
sorry,
me
go ahead.
out.
Yeah.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
We go in there and kill everybody.
I mean,
I was gonna say, hear me out. We go in there, give everyone cookies.
did you bring the cookies of forgiveness? No. Slap.
Bring out the cookies of murder.
It must be oatmeal
No
raisin.
mercy. There will be no mercy.
There will be
only
no
crumbs.
mercy. Bring the oatmeal raisin cookies.
Crumbs of the cookies, sir? No, I wasn't talking about the cookies. Oh, what was? Oh yeah. Shion, how are you going to slash them up? Can you give me something more realistic to work with? Clayman solo was one thing, but picking a fight with yet more demon lords would never work. We needed to handle them one at a time, something Shion would have to learn sooner rather than later. My scolding made her visibly depressed. Yeesh. Let's try to soften the blow a bit. I may not act it all the time, but I like being kind to her. But crashing their council might be a good idea. Her face rose, full of expectant joy. She was never willing to let a bit of praise go unnoticed. Listen, Ramirez, you have experience with them. Do you think I could join in this thing too? What? You want me to participate, Rimuru? No, I just wanted to ask. Clayman's gonna be there, so I thought it would be interesting if I paid him a visit as well. If I'm being targeted, showing up somewhere Clayman didn't expect me ought to rock him a little bit. Resorting to violence during a council might not be too apropos, but I could consider my options once I'm there. I think it's probably okay, but you can only have 2 attendants along with you. Any more than that would lead to trouble that all the demon lords preferred to avoid. Once, one of the newer demon lords brought along 100 or so warriors to the council as a show of force. This stoked the ire of another demon lord whose nation had just been raised and was looking for anyone, to serve as a little stress relief. That newer lord wound up killed along with all the Magicborn for dessert. Ever since, it was forbidden for relatively powerless Magicborn to participate, and only 2 guests per demon lord were allowed. Yes, there are rules to this. In other words, Walpurgis councils had ended in violence before, which meant it wouldn't be, unprecedented if I did it. So maybe I should seriously consider trying to rile Clayman into a fight over there. Well, what do you think, guys? Think it'd be fun to join in? A wonderful suggestion. I would be happy to join you at Diablo, you fool. I will be by his side, and I refuse to allow anyone else. There they go. Shion and Diablo back at it again. Bringing those 2 along would be suicide. So I crossed them off the list from the start. But either way, Diablo said,
Char,
if we go into battle... Oh, sorry.
it is your turn.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am going to
Alright.
go die now.
Which part?
I want to perish.
Starting out, but either way?
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
Shion
but
briskly
either way.
nodded.
But either way.
But either way.
Glistening. My
Diablo
head is nothing
said-
but glistening.
But either way,
Did you-
Diablo said, if we go into battle with the demon lords, as long as we can defeat them, all is well. What need do we have for a demon lord besides yourself, Sir Rimuru? Shion briskly nodded her total agreement. Exactly! I had thought you were an idiot, but for a new recruit, you seem to have much potential. You stated exactly what I was trying to say. Hang on. I remember you said, do the Gilbert Gottfried voice.
Hold on.
Are they friends or foes or
yeah.
what?
Hold on.
Whatever they were, I used to think Shion was the only one who
Clip
did
your
it.
mic.
But no! They both agreed that killing all the other demon lords was a fine idea. Why did it turn out like this? Looking around the room, I could see a few other people nodding their agreement. A few were more conservative. But a lot of them seemed more interested in spilling blood than securing a victory. The flock of warhawks in my leadership seemed to be growing. But that was just way too reckless.
Sounds like the
Better
Biden
hit the brakes
administration.
on this conversation.
Right?
All right, so
Yeah,
in the
that was-
words of Yuki Kagarazaka, I'm gonna fap good tonight.
Holy shit.
Uh
Oh.
My
Did you
Gilbert
guys-
Godfrey was that good?
yeah, oh yeah, baby.
Stop it!
Did you see?
like-
Did you see
But
when
like,
I
for
was
real,
trying
though,
to
that
do
was
the
really
heel
good,
touches?
though.
That was really good. Did you see when I was
Yeah.
trying to do the heel touches? The fucking helmet came off twice, and eventually I was just like, nope, fuck it, I can't, because I'm sitting
No.
here doing this,
Yeah,
and the
'cause it's
helmet's
donk,
just slowly
donk,
coming loose, so I could
donk.
feel like pieces of my nose just peeling off with it, and I'm like,
Nice.
nope, nope. All
No.
right, so what
Do
page?
some padding.
What page are we on, Calvin?
Oh,
142.
One.
Whoa, no need to go crazy.
No.
No, we're not at 142.
Oh,
Physical
Eh,
version.
One.
okay. In my Bookwalker version. Yes, I'm on
What?
Bookwalker
130?
now. I am supporting the official release.
mm-hmm.
Atta girl. 126, you say?
I believe we're on 126.
Okay. But either way, Diablo
Whoa,
said
whoa.
right there.
Yeah, that's where she started.
Okay,
Yeah,
go for it.
And then
What
she
was the
went
whoa
further.
whoa for?
that was
That's the
that was
next
further
part.
down the page.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that was just something that was written.
Okay.
Whoa, no need to go crazy. We haven't decided on anything yet. Besides, Diablo, I put you in charge of Farmus, so I'm not bringing you along either way. Ah, true. I understand.
Okay, hold on.
Diablo
Oh, no,
seemed
no,
to
no,
think...
no, no, no. You did your paragraph. Everybody got one paragraph. You don't get to run off sentence with it. And also,
Okay,
Like
fine.
this one.
also, it was my turn to do that. And then for the one paragraph, I'll do my Gilbert, and then you take over.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
Okay. Diablo seemed to think of conquering Farmus as child's pastime. I like that confidence, but hopefully it didn't cause him to miss something or mess up the whole thing and make me go, you fool!
It's not Gilbert Godfrey without clipping the mic.
You aren't kidding. On Discord, at least.
Yep.
All right.
Like
Who
we,
did-
we
oh.
seriously.
Go for it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say like we really have
Flip the
have to
mic.
do,
Oh yeah.
like- oh, of course. But
Yeah.
we really like then whenever it is the next con that we are all together at, we have to do Gilbert Gottfried at least once.
We're doing a light novel dub live if we can. There is
Sweet.
no way around. I will find an area within the United States that we can all congregate toward for a con, and we will do a light novel dub. And you must be out your damn mind if you think we are not doing Gilbert Gottfried.
It's true.
I'm going to have a PowerPoint presentation pulled up of all the different voices, and then when we get to a stopping point, we let the audience just shout out the favorite, and the one that we hear the most or the loudest, that's the one we'll do.
Excellent.
So get your tickets
way
ready
it
for
should
Fat Dog Con.
Holy shit.
Oh shit. And right after that, we'll do slime. Dude, here's the thing. I could actually get away with this at some cons. If
Mhm.
I actually started submitting this as a panel for Anime Week in Atlanta, that's
sure they would
that
like
could happen. Well, okay, here's the thing.
Please, I would love to go there.
Well, here's the thing. This is how I know it would most likely happen. Number one, they don't have content like that typically. Number two, we've done a bunch of panels at AWA before. And number three, the director of events, who's in charge of all panels and gives the final approval, is a fat dog.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Our Calvin and I's friend Raven, she is in charge of the panels and submissions and stuff for AWA. She's the president of events or director
That's
of
pretty
events. And she
Awesome.
has voiced for us in Log Horizon Abridged. It was a small background bit cameo, but she's done it.
Sounds good.
And it's also
Okay.
someone that Calvin and I know because like we did OTP manga stuff with her, and also she was on the Fairy Tale podcast with us. She was our Charl or Carla, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Carla.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But if you want me to, I'd love to go to Anime Week in Atlanta. First off, if you want me to go, then I would gladly take off a week of producing and join you guys.
I would absolutely
Like,
do it.
meaning,
It's you.
I would take off my
November.
job in my TV station and just travel over.
I think they moved it to the beginning of November or around Halloween, essentially. So that's about where it is. I'll talk to Raven. I owe her a call anyway. Last time I talked to her was on Christmas, aka her birthday. So yeah, she is a December 25th baby. There's certain people whose birthdays I'm never gonna forget. I will never forget Bethany's. That poor girl had a great birthday for a long time, for at least 12 years.
Oh.
And then on her birthday, 2 planes crashed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had a feeling it was
September
sucks.
11th.
Yeah.
September 11th is her birthday. Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, my mom is Valentine's Day, Raven is Christmas, and I have a friend who is basically a sister that her birthday's 9/11. So yeah, ain't gonna forget that anytime soon. Did I finish the paragraph, or do I need to finish it? I think I need to.
Yeah, I think you need to finish
His
it.
motions appeared mixed to me. Disappointed, but glad to be assigned work.
Isn't that dangerous, though? Shuna asked. There we go. That's the kind of opinion I wanted to hear. It is, replied Geld. Besides, even if we don't join the council, wouldn't it be more effective to seize Clayman's headquarters while he is away? He was absolutely right. It was better to proceed with the battle we could win without exposing ourselves to danger. Geld was
Seems
as
like
much
a
of
good idea that a Dave didn't come up with at all.
I'm awake now.
Geld was as much a hawk as
if you
any
turn
of
the
them.
Gilbert Gottfried setting on menu.
There's a setting for that as
Should
well.
be a joke.
Let's
Just be like,
take your
Wait,
fucking
why
day.
does your voice sound so different?
No, I love that. Yeah, get Rimuru. Why does your voice sound so different?
I told you to stop pressing random buttons.
How do I make it go back?
Bitch, I don't know. Stop being a Dave.
What happens if I press this button?
You
For
fool.
God's sake, stop being a Dave.
No, wait, then that would turn into, maybe Joker.
For walking.
No, you push the button. You push the button, and you hear. I knew you'd press that one.
Alright.
All right. All right.
There
So
There has
yes,
to be at least
literally, thank you for that skit that's going to be happening in episode 1 of season 2 of The Abridged now. It's going to be like choosing an FM radio station, but for menu. And it's oh God. Hi. You dumbass. I'm so glad to have you back. Fuck off.
one of the voices. One of the voices has to be Christopher Walken.
Hello.
I mean,
It's
If
me.
you really think about it, these monsters deserve a living wage. Nope. Like, just immediately clicked over.
Mhm.
I mean, sometimes you gotta pay your monsters. I mean, come on.
You don't.
If
You're crazy.
you don't, you're
You don't want them
crazy.
walking out on you.
Dude, oh God. All right, so we're going to have to go through the list of channel points and figure that one out. Did you just boldly go where no button pusher has gone before? All right, sorry. All right, please continue before this madness gets worse.
We're almost
Madness.
there.
This is Fat Dog!
Somebody clip that.
That was good. That was really good.
That's how we're going to end it.
Woo!
That's
That was
how
good.
I now know how we're going to end the compilation video. Madness? This Is
This is
that
Is
dog.
that dog?
Hi, hi, diddly dee. We are the pirates.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
All right, so
Moving on.
so here's the thing with AWA, real quick, going back to that because that's important, and we don't need to finish a chapter today. No, it's only a couple more pages. Anyway, so depending on the amount of content that we provide of panels that get approved, we could be supplied with all 4 of us panelist badges.
Hey.
So panelist badges, and we've got content to put out there. So that basically means all we'd have to worry about is transportation and a hotel. And Calvin can attest that the hotel we stayed at last time was nice. We
That
had
hotel was freaking sweet,
that
man.
hotel was super sweet, and so was the staff. They were great.
Yeah, yes.
The staff was just phenomenal, and also, the beautiful part, they had shuttles that could take us to and from the venue. Oh yeah,
That's right.
Sounds great,
Love it.
actually.
that's
yeah.
right.
So you don't
And
even have
and
to drive
also
everywhere.
your first time using an Uber, is
Mhm.
not charged. So if needed, we could do
Nice.
Ubers. But yeah, there's also a food court in the area because AWA takes up a hotel and like another. It's like a hotel and a venue, and also that venue has a food court in there.
That's pretty
Yes.
cool.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll
it's
have to
nice.
see what it looks like closer to that time because I might be kind of packed in terms of job stuff. But hopefully, if I get in somewhere, I can put in for that
1
week
second.
early. But we'll see. And then I'd have to figure out a way to get out there. I might get like a group of friends and we might be able to go. Be kind of cool.
Well, here's the
Like a
thing.
group friend con thing. Yeah.
You're literally talking to your group of friends, buddy.
Yeah, I know. But you know what I mean. It's like
Okay,
like people
guys,
by who want to go with me
guys,
and
guys,
transport.
guys,
So
guys,
be kind of
guys.
fun though.
Okay, so here's the thing. Anime Week in Atlanta 2022 is October 27th through
Mm-hmm.
October 30th. It is a Thursday through a Sunday.
That's
Yeah.
a long con, actually.
It's a
Usually they
4-day
go
con.
like
Yeah,
Friday,
it's a
Saturday,
4-day con.
Sunday, so,
Also, it's the day before Halloween.
yeah, that's great.
Woo!
So
It's perfect.
Here's the thing. Just be glad it's not Dragon Con. Dragon Con takes place usually around the beginning of September. Dragon Con
Yeah.
is 5 days long.
mhm.
It is one of those cons. Don't bring anybody underage because after 5 o'clock, the alcohol content goes up while the amount of clothing being worn goes down.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. It is after 5 p.m. It is adult con, and it is general nerd. It's not just anime. It is everything nerd.
exposing your Dragon Balls at the Dragon Con.
Yeah, exactly. And also, but here's the great part. Saturday of Dragon Con, they usually shut down Peachtree Street, which is a long stretch of road in downtown Atlanta, and they do a giant cosplay parade.
Ooh, that's cool.
Wow.
Oh yeah. It's the only time it's one of the few times you can see the Ghostbusters walking right after Darth Vader, followed by all the He-Man and Mass Effect
That's
characters.
cool. That's
It's
cool. That sounds like a good time.
again, my friend Bethany, who is basically, like I said before, who's kind of like an adopted sister into the family via my brother.
Yeah.
She has ridden twice as one of the guides for Stan Lee. Like
That's
very
awesome.
fast. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
She got to
Mhm.
ride in the car next to
Congrats.
Stan. Yeah,
That's awesome.
That is
pretty cool.
crazy awesome.
Yeah, it is.
May he rest in peace.
Dragon Con's awesome. I've bumped into Mark Meer like 3 times.
Like physically or
Physically, yeah.
Whoa,
Mark Meer, voice of Commander Shepard from Mass Effect.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
I
just a
don't know
cool-
video games.
And the Vorcha and all the Vorcha in Mass Effect too. Just a sweet dude. A lot of the Resident Evil voiceover cast I have bumped into. Yeah,
That's
Wow.
awesome.
it's
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool. It's pretty cool.
You are almost a Jill sandwich.
Mostly some of the later ones, but yeah, that too.
Okay.
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
Courtney Taylor voiced Jack in Mass Effect, and she was Ada in Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, and I can't remember which all ones, but she's been in a lot of stuff. If you ever played Far Cry 4, or not Far Cry, Fallout 4. If you played Fallout 4, she was the female playable character
That's pretty
in
cool.
Fallout 4.
Mm.
Yeah.
default.
Moving
email.
moving on though. Back to the
Yeah.
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 Back to our regularly scheduled bullshit.
Yes, indeed.
He was absolutely right. It was better to proceed with the battle we could win without exposing ourselves to danger. Gelt was as much of a hawk as any of them, but he wasn't that impulsive. I was glad to hear that from him. But I had my reasons to contemplate attending Walpurgis too. Something concerned me about it. No, Benimaru said. What Sir Rimuru is most concerned about is what move the Demon Lord Milim will make. It is hard to imagine Lady Milim betraying us, but we cannot deny the possibility that Clayman is controlling her. Perhaps she has her own motivations, but at the very least, we are sure she has defeated Lord Carrion. I think it is not a bad idea to pursue the truth of that matter at the council. Zoe?
Oh, sorry. That was me. Hold on. Sorry about that. I got all mixed up.
Say the damn
That's okay.
line, so eh?
Okay.
Woohoo!
Okay. One sec. Sorry, I was on the page.
You were on the page fuck? I don't remember that page being in this book.
Sorry about that.
I'm pretty sure I would have remembered.
Exactly. Sorry. Exactly.
Read Zoe.
You had one line.
Yep. I was like,
No,
because like I went back and I was like, why am I going back?
All right, anyway,
I had to, like,
you've got
press
the
record.
rest of
Anyway.
this line.
Yeah, anyway.
I wonder why.
Oh, excuse me. I wonder why Lady Milim signed on to convene the event. Perhaps she has some kind of plot in mind.
Great to see they are of the same mind, sharing both my ideas and the issues they presented. Yeah, I'd be crazy to think that Milim would just do whatever Clayman wants. I mean, Milim is so self-centered. Are you really want to talk, Ramirez? Maybe not, but I couldn't help but agree with her. I find it impossible to believe that Lady Milim betrayed us, Shion concluded. I have no evidence to back it up, but that's absolutely how I feel. Right. No evidence. And I didn't think she stabbed me in the back either, really. Raphael complained about a lack of data to work with, because I was a Dave. In that moment, I guess. But even I thought the scenario unlikely, unless there was some vast change in the state of things. I've decided to believe in Milim, but that doesn't mean I'm letting her do what she wants. I agree with all of you. Milim hasn't betrayed us, which means something else must have happened to her, like Ramirez suggested. I think it's a good idea to consider Clayman the culprit, or at least the cause of this. That's why I'd like to take up Benimaru's suggestion. I'm thinking about joining the Walpurgis Council and seeing what I can find out there. Something definitely must have happened. At the very worst, Milim might attack us the moment Walpurgis ended. That was the real cause of my anxieties. The reason why I couldn't let her be. Clayman alone, I could handle. Him plus Milim, I really wanted to avoid. Well, at least I've steered this in the right direction and we won't resort to violence as our first... Right! Looks like Detective Ramirez had the right hunch the whole time. So how about we just kick Clayman's butt? Oops. Maybe not. Well, as long as Ramirez was there. Besides, what the heck is with all you guys? You have this, treasure trove of powerful magic born at your beck and call, Rimuru. If you had this many, what's the big deal about just handing Beretta over to me for good, huh? She was getting carried away. The strength she saw in us was giving her a swelled head, and she still hadn't given up on Beretta, which, as I had noted, Beretta had to stay in too, so her selfishness isn't going to get her anywhere. But she had her allies in the meeting hall. I see. She makes a very good point. Right. Perhaps I could come over and do a little killing? Whoa, cut! Chill out, Shion and Benimaru and Soe. I see you guys packing up to leave town. You're not going anywhere yet. Here we go again. Just when I was ready to RSVP for Walpurgis.
Like it's an event. Like a concert.
I needed Benny Maru
Let
and
me
Soe
just
to
get
fight
all my
Clayman's
clothes
forces.
packed away in this suitcase, and we'll be on our way, see?
Are we on our way, she?
Literally, they asked me if I could do a Brooklyn accent, and I was like, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, Calvin doesn't sound like he's from Brooklyn. Crap! Like, I had to come up with one
Crap.
right off the.
Rage.
I had to come up with one off the top of my dome. They were like, sound like a Brooklyn gangster, and I just sound like a typical Italian mobster, and they were like, yeah, that. And I'm like, pretty sure y'all don't know
Yeah,
what Brooklyn
that.
sounds like, but all right, let's do it.
Oh, you're a wise
Now the
guy,
closest
see?
I can get to, well, there are two ways I can get to a Brooklyn accent, and they both involve characters. One is abridged Joey Wheeler, Brooklyn Rage, and then the other is Harley Quinn, the Arlene Sorkin Harley Quinn.
Yes, that
Oh,
works.
okay.
Which
That-
is
that-
knock knock pudding, say hello to your new improved Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Good work.
That's good.
Thanks.
Nice.
I mean,
Thank you.
if it wasn't over a headset, that would probably sound perfect.
No, yeah.
Yeah. The headset kind of messes it up a little because it's a headset. But
Yeah,
no,
course.
you could do about it right now.
Yeah.
No. But Harley was actually the first impression that I learned how to do.
Oh, Harley, you're the sharpest tool in my box. Oh no wait. You're the sweetest tool in my box. There we go.
Oh, thank you, Puddin'.
Now get to work!
There you go. All right.
No, I think one of my favorite interactions with the two of them was in Batman the Animated Series. Again with the fish. I hate fish. No offense, Mr. J.
Oh, is that like the weird?
And then
like,
he
Joker
says
fish?
to her, cheer up, you can be my very own little mermaid, and puts a fish head on her.
Yep.
You're really
Ah,
sick, you know that, boss?
He just smiles and moves on. Great. I love that episode
Yep, I
because
love
it's
that part.
literally the one time that Joker hears Batman laugh, and it's because he finds it funny that Harley pulled off what he never could.
No, that was a different one.
Oh wait, was that
No, the fish one, because that's the episode where she put him in the fish tank with the upside down, so now it looked like the fish was smiling.
No, it's a
it was
different
the Joker
episode. The
fish.
one I'm talking about was in like season 2 of Batman the Animated Series
to go
when
back and rewatch
he got those smiling fish, not the piranhas in the tank.
No, we're not talking about the piranhas. No, we are talking about the smiling fish. We're talking
Yeah,
about the
with
same
the-
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, the one where he hijacks the TV and he has like his slugs as like the kids, and they're like doing a mock commercial, right? When he's doing a commercial for the Joker fish on TV.
I
Right.
don't necessarily remember that. I just remember
think
that he
that's the
scrapped
one,
it because
but-
the fish weren't smiling. But if you
Yeah.
but when she dunked him upside down, the fish were smiling. And it's just the funniest thing when Batman calls Joker pudding.
No, wait. I know which
Uh,
episode you're thinking of. You're thinking of Mad Love,
Yes.
which
maybe.
is the Harley Quinn origin episode.
Yes.
And
Well,
that
no,
whole line
not
was,
the
no, I have to admit, she came a lot closer than you ever did.
pudding.
Puddin'.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yep.
All right. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Moving on. Sorry, Batman rant is over.
Mhm.
I needed Benimaru and Soe to fight Clayman's forces. We'd be carrying out these plans at the same time, so I had to select the two attendants joining me carefully. Who should it be? I could physically feel the pressure from behind my back. It was from Shion, of course. She might go nuts if I didn't take her. Typical yandere. It was getting harder for Benimaru to keep her calm, so maybe I could babysit her instead. Besides, Clayman's schemes almost killed Shion. They did kill her, in fact. She might have a chance to take revenge for that, which was another reason to take her along. All right, she's in. I wavered a bit on the second choice before settling on Ranga, bestest boy. I thought about having him stand by in my shadow, but that put us in trouble if a holy field or other special barrier was thrown over us. I could feel him perking his ears up towards me. Let's go with him. He'd make a great bodyguard. So that was the two. They both knew spatial motion, so it would also be easier for them to flee if it came to that. If I tried deploying the new barrier I devised based on Holy Field, I was pretty sure that they'd get us out of there safe, at worst. That was something we could rely on as we joined the council, at least. But what if Milam really was being controlled? In that case, it was likely that our town was next on the list for destruction. I had to do everything I could to prevent that. I had no interest in seeing this town be scarred again. Alright, I'm gonna join in. I'm taking Shion and Ranga with me. Ramidis, can you send word that I'll be at the council? Sure thing, she casually replied before immediately opening up some kind of special demon lord only line and informing the others about my presence. It was powered by this ridiculously complex looking spell using spatial interference to allow for synchronous communication. I looked at it, curious about how it worked, and then I heard a loud, hearty laughter coming my way. So, finally thirsty for some action, are you? No need to hold back now, Rimuru. Why don't you and I come along together? I will tag along with you. Those demon lords aren't worth fearing for a single moment.
Santa?
Come to think of it.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, I had totally forgotten I had this guy too. I appreciated his confidence, but Veldora wouldn't work. No. Oh, hear me out, Veldora. I want you to stay here in town so you can defend it. What? He looked genuinely shocked. I said I will tag along with you. With me, you will stand taller than all the demon lords combined. Hey, defending the town's really important work too. Like, the most important work. We'd have all available forces tackling Clayman's armies. That just left a few of Rieger's security platoons and Shion's team. Defending the town only worked with Veldora's presence. With him around, even if the Western Holy Church stopped by to attack, we'd have nothing to worry about. I tried explaining all this to him. So you see, you need to hold down the fort. He seemed less than convinced. Right. Maybe I should give him the real reason. But just as I was about to open my mouth, Rambi just started shouting again. Hey, Rimuru! I just got off the line! They said it was okay, but aren't you being really mean to Master Veldora? He could just be one of my guests then. That'd make me feel a lot safer too. That seemed reasonable at first glance, but I could tell Ramidus just wanted Beretta and Veldora by her side so she could look super cool around her colleagues. Veldora probably thought along the same lines too. No, I wasn't interested in coming so I could serve as your guardian, no. What? Oh, you're so cold, wise teacher. What's with that teacher stuff? Ramidus and Veldora had become manga buddies in record time, I guess. They definitely got along, but in terms of the power balance between them, I'd say this was all Ramidus trying to curry Veldora's favor.
Okay, I'm gonna take over from here.
Sounds good?
Alright, that way we all got a turn.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Well, fine. The most important thing was that my presence at Walpurgis had been recognized. That was helpful for me, although it probably had more to do with how the other demon lords didn't want to venture near human lands just to deal with me. We're actually planning to start spreading rumors about you, Veldora. We discussed that at the summit earlier, but you knew that, right? Having him be Ramirez's attendant was an idea. Personally, though, I wanted the other lords to think he wasn't coming, since it put them off guard for me. Yes, of course. Nope, sounds like he wasn't paying attention at all. He was way too enthralled in his manga to notice any of our proceedings. In that case, it'd be easy to trick him. Well, it's like this. If I brought you along, it'd probably make Clayman think, like, oh, that Rimuru, he's a wimp just bringing Veldora along as a ringer. What? Curse that Clayman. I'll make him pay for that, Shion cried. That insect doesn't know what he's waded into, added Diablo. Perhaps I should come over and kill him after all. Shion, Diablo, calm down already, Benimaru chided, looking a little angered himself. That was just an example. Man, it's so easy to tick those two guys off. Yeah, like Benimaru said, that's just what I'm picturing him saying. So, I mean, if we bring Veldora to the council, people will be so wary of us that it'd mess up the whole point of us being there, right? Veldora blinked. Oh, I see. No, he doesn't. Shion beamed, though I wasn't sure she had the thought about my words at all. A fine idea. Well said, Sir Rimuru. Still, he will pay for making light of you. I'd love to make him atone with my own 2 hands, but perhaps I should let Shion do the honors. So you'll throw the enemy off their guard in order to make your negotiations easier? Bidimaru at least had the right idea. But shouldn't we be avoiding danger as much as possible? Asked Shuna. She had a point, and Geld and Gabiru nodded their agreement. If the enemy is going to be wary of us anyway, added Hakuro, would it not be best to focus more on our own safety? Soe gave this a silent nod of his own. There we go. Yep. Just waiting on Shim to nod. Very important, the nod.
Yeah.
I could understand everyone's worries, sure, but I could cover for that. It's all right. I can actually call for Veldora anytime I want with the Summon Storm Dragon skill. That doesn't count as an attendant, right? So if things go bad, I can ask for his help then. Until that happens, if it does, I want him protecting this town. I smiled triumphantly at the audience, asking them to defy me. My leadership seemed impressed. At least as did Veldora. I see! I'll be the great hero who swoops in to the rescue at the last moment. Great. If you're fine with that, so am I. Isn't that kind of unfair? Don't be stupid, Ramirez. I was hoping you'd call it smart. Ramirez may not have liked it much, but Veldora was already murmuring his agreement. Just one more push. Besides, that gives you one more slot to fill for Walpurgis, doesn't it? This visibly excited her, as it did the rest of my government. Oh, that totally makes sense, Rimuru. So you're gonna match me with... So who are you gonna match me with? I guess she had no complaints. Really, I think all she wanted was a chance to show off to the other demon lords. But at least she was on my side. Now, for that last one, I could feel all the unpicked holding their breath, but sadly for them, I needed someone strong in that position. Benimaru would have been great, but he'd kind of be handling a war in my absence, so I went with someone else. Sorry to disappoint you all, but I'd like a moment, please. I was stopped by the woman standing beside Ramirez. Trainee. Sir Rimuru, I hope you would give me this assignment. Oh, trainee. Just look at you. Ramirez was already tearfully accepting the offer. Well, so be it. All right. I'll let you go along, trainee. Now we had our member assignments for the Walpurgis Council. Me with Shion and Ranga as my attendants, and Ramirez with Beretta and trainee under her. Then, if we needed it, Veldora was a quick summon away. Lucky thing, indeed, that I was accepted. Me and Leon Cromwell also kind of had some issues to tackle. But I'd settle with just meeting him in person this time. I had Shizu's request to fulfill, and I didn't want to ignore that forever, but my target right now was Clayman. I hadn't forgot about the Orc Lord Chaos or about Murin. But most of all, I was concerned about Milim. One slip-up and I might be forced to fight her next. I was prepared to face down Clayman, but the idea of a life-and-death struggle with Milim made me singularly unenthusiastic. It'd be great if I could get all that worked out at Walpurgis. If not, I'll think of something then. Clayman, you've made an enemy out of me, and I'm not lenient enough to easily forgive someone I've identified as such. You better be ready for me, and if you lay a hand on any of my people, you can expect to pay with everything you dish out. Oh, for everything you dish out, sorry. Now I'm starting to adopt Shion's way of thinking. Still, I couldn't help but feel a little happy about it. The time for fretting in darkened rooms was over. Now we had a clear and concrete goal to reach out to. And that's the end of chapter 2, everybody!
Yeah.
Wow.
We managed to fuck off just enough to where we got done with this chapter 10 minutes before it was time to normally we go over.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
let's be honest here, people.
Let's be honest.
You knew this was gonna be a thing.
Let's be honest here. No.
Let's be honest.
Let's be honest here.
No, let's be honest. Lesbian. Let's be honest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to pronounce the T. Why don't we say the T? Because we spilled the tea instead. That's
Hey.
Hey.
all right. We're so dumb. Knee. Yeah, exactly. That's why we're the knights who say knee, because we can't say neat. All right. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
God, we're so dumb. So dumb.
Very much so.
All right. Any last minute thoughts?
Not at the moment.
Heather's is crazy dark, but it is also awesome. Check out the soundtrack if you like musicals.
All right.
Sounds good.
You know what? In celebration
listen.
of Gilbert Gottfried and his long stint on USA Up All Night, I'd like to go ahead and reinstate Fat Dog FM After Dark. Yeah. So we'll have to get that soundbite together again sometime soon, Calvin. Are you looking around for it? You're looking around for Fat Dog FM After Dark?
Yeah. Just under the bed.
No.
Fat Dog FM After Dark. I forgot it was like up. Well, I guess that answered that question real quick. I'll be right back. Continue on.
But yeah, I mean, we're messing around. That Heather's musical was actually recommended to me by my friend, which I haven't seen it yet, but I listened to some of the music. It's pretty good. He also showed me Twisted, which is really funny. So Twisted is actually really great. If for any of you who don't know, Twisted is kind of like the Aladdin version of Wicked. It's free on YouTube from the Star Kids channel, but it's like 2.5 hours long. But it's worth. It's really funny. It's kind of like Jafar's side of the story about how he got to be like a royal vizier and like his struggles and stuff, and how like Aladdin is just this crazy like sex crazed maniac who just wants to sleep with Jasmine and he's trying to protect her from him. It's really funny. It's actually like worth a watch. The music is really good. So, and it's free on YouTube. So,
Yep.
we got
And
2.5 hours
that
to go.
musical is by the same people who I don't know if you guys remember this fine. They're the same people that did the I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do
That's
the
them?
work today. I don't
Huh.
want to do the work today. Same group. Also
makes
the same
sense,
people who
yeah.
did a Harry Potter musical. Definitely check that out. And then a Harry Potter sequel, which I have not seen yet. But from what I've heard, it is hilarious.
I've only seen the guy who didn't like musicals. The Oregon Trail musical, which was really funny, and I liked how it had multiple endings. Twisted,
Oregon
which was
Trail
really good.
musical.
Dude, it's really funny. Like it's really goofy, but like it's kind of funny because the audience gets to pick what the characters are named after. So like the script is the same, but every showing of it is different because they ask the audience who each character should be named, and they just pick a guy out of the audience, which is really funny. So
It's actually really great. I love that.
yeah, it's really clever, and they just do their thing, and it's fantastic and wonderful. So I would recommend seeing it if you got time. So it's good. Let's see.
And I think some of the people that were in Star Kid, which is the company that puts those shows on, they they went on to Broadway / those types of things.
I mean, honestly, good on them. I bet they're really good at it. So it was only a matter of time. So
Yeah.
good on them. Are they like split up, or are they like still together?
I think they're still together. I could be wrong though. It's been
That's
a
pretty cool,
while
'cause, I mean,
since
they're all
I've
super
seen anything from
talented,
Star
so-
Kid.
I
The
think
only
they're
real
all super
thing
talented.
that I saw from them, like I said, was a Harry Potter musical, which is hilarious.
Is
Especially
that, like,
if you are a Potterhead.
Yeah. is that the one that like combines all the Potter movies into like one, and they make commentary and make fun out of it? Yeah,
Yeah,
they
like
did come out to where I live, but I didn't get to see
oh,
them, so I wish I did. That would have been kind of fun.
yeah. But
But
one of the things I remember them doing was them making fun of Cho Chang. Like
mhm.
they literally, this is gonna sound horribly racist, but it's actually the joke they made. They were singing like Cho Chang, domo arigato, Cho
Oh my
Chang,
Oh my
Cho
god.
Chang, happy
Oh, it's
happy New
goofy.
Year, Cho Chang.
Holy
And then
shit.
when you meet Cho Chang, she's like this other girl. She's just like, that's all right. I'm Cho Chang, y'all.
Yeah, that's about right. So, well, it's
Bro,
it
they
happens
also
all the
make
time.
Draco Malfoy really weird. Like rolls around on stage a lot weird.
Like combat roles. Does he go
No,
Harry
just like
Potter? You have to like add all the emphasis onto that P.
also
Mhm.
complains about Hogwarts to the max. Talks about going to pig farts instead.
Pig farts.
Pig
Pig farts school for advancing wizards. Great.
I don't know.
Toadblatt's school.
It's
Crazy.
it's hilarious. Check it out.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure. I don't know if it's for free on YouTube, but if not, I have to go find it.
I think it is
I was talking to
for
my
free on
friends. I
YouTube.
think, yeah, I probably could go look it up. Be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling my friend, or one of my friends, that I was surprised that there's no like streaming service specifically for like musicals, because I think that they're really cool, or
There
like
is.
plays and stuff. There is? Okay.
It's called
What's it
Broadway
called?
Plus.
Oh, okay. So there is a
Mm.
streaming channel for like plays and musicals and stuff. Probably for like Cirque du Soleil and stuff like that. Right? Be kind of cool.
Like it does show professional type
Mhm.
like professional videographed shows.
Mhm.
Like they have a version of 42nd Street. I think they'd have a version of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on there, which
Mhm.
I was in it when I was in second grade. First show I was ever in, by the way.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's how I got the acting bug. That's how I caught the acting bug.
The acting bug.
But they also have Phantom of the Opera 25th anniversary, which is probably one of the better productions of Phantom that I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going off on a musical theater tangent right now, and I don't
No, by all means.
care.
Musical theater
They also
is really
have
cool.
Kinky
I kinda wish I got
Boots
into
on
it.
there.
Whoa.
Mm.
How's that?
I've never seen Kinky Boots, but I love the music. But it's based off of a movie where this guy in a shoe shop is he's not doing so well. Then this drag queen helps him out with a new business model, which is making high heel shoes. And then it also helps the drag queen
Okay.
figure out who he really is.
I was told to go ahead and submit it as a panel.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, all right.
It is kind of a gray area on the legal side of things, because we are reading a book, but we're also doing commentary
Yeah.
on the book. We're doing
Mm-hmm.
stupid silly
Silly voices.
voices.
Funny
And
readings.
also
yeah.
it's very, very niche who's gonna come watch a bunch of people read, and was like, yeah, you say that, but also
I feel like if you advertise it the right way, like, have you ever wanted to hear Gilbert Gottfried read a light novel?
right? Okay.
Mhm.
4 hours of content is what we'd have to produce for the main host and the side host to get badges comped. However, if you can put out we've got probably 6 to 8 hours worth of content that we could do. So it would not
We have
be
plenty of
hard.
light novels, though.
We would well, no, I'm not talking about light novels. I'm talking about just panels,
Oh, just like
individual panels. Like even
Yeah.
I've got 8 1-hour panels I could do, and that I could hand to one of you guys to let y'all host. And literally, you know, that
Mhm.
would spare it out there, so we could spread it out so that we could give people the
Yeah, I think one thing that I could do is like ask me about abridged voice acting because a lot of people have
There
questions
is
about
no
that.
way. There is no way that we would be able to. Well, I mean, AWA, we're probably gonna. You do realize we wouldn't be the only abridgers at AWA. Odds are we're
That's
gonna.
No,
true.
Odds are Team 4 Star is gonna be there.
no. Well,
That's
that'd be kind
true
of cool to
too.
meet them. So,
That would be awesome.
Mhm.
It would probably be my 4th time seeing Scott in the gang.
Mm.
Yeah, it was really funny when Eva was there because Scott actually voiced the king. So we had
Mhm.
the grandfather and the daughter and the granddaughter there together. So it was great for Log Horizon.
Mhm.
It was great. Good times.
Yeah.
I definitely want to find out who, if anybody, from Slime is showing up because that would be hilarious.
So yeah, I
Um,
feel like if Shem and I were there, that would honestly provide great content.
yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Well, no, I mean not Slime Abridged.
Say
I
so.
mean actual
Oh,
slime,
from
Like you'd be
actual
entertained.
show
I
slime.
don't know
like
about this
dub
one.
slime, like dub slime.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
How funny
think
would it be? How funny would it be if we had both Millims with us? If we had Lady
That'd be
Chan,
cool.
if we had
yes.
That would
Lady
be
Chan
badass.
and actual
Yeah.
Millim, and it's
Yeah.
like, "Hi, I'm the Great
Mhm.
Sage. Yes, don't ask why I talk like this. No one wants to know. Stop being a Dave." Dude, if I could, no, seriously, literally, if I could get, fucking, it won't be happening next season. I realize how impossible this is. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
I literally, if literally could tell, oh God, no, the thought disappeared because I looked at something and ADHD kicked in and my thought disappeared. I thought I could bring it back.
Mm.
Can't.
And it's gone.
Yep. Goodbye.
Shion would be Michelle Rojas. Don't know if we would be able to bring.
Brittany Karbowski is actual Rimuru.
Yeah,
Mm.
that would probably be.
That's it. Yes, I would love if I could get Kristen McGuire, who is the voice of Millam, to just
Yes.
record
Yes,
a
yes,
thing
yes.
to just record a thing calling our fans Daves. Like
Ah!
don't be a
That'd be
Dave.
pretty great.
It's like yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to explain it. Just could you just very condescendingly refer to our fans as Daves? Fortunately, it doesn't.
Ooh, what the fuck?
Wait, if we got
I just
Austin
realized
Tyndall
this.
there and Das Tails, Austin Tyndall voices Gabiru.
What the shit?
I
I
mean,
didn't know that Ian
funny
Sinclair
story.
voices English Soe. That's really cool.
Ian
I didn't know
Sinclair voices
Oh my
Soleil, you didn't
gosh!
know?
Get Ian
Yeah, I didn't
Sinclair!
know that. That's amazing.
Yes!
I love him. He's one of my favorite voice actors.
Oh yeah,
So,
Ian is a
yeah.
really nice dude. Like,
I
here's
bet.
the thing.
He
Here's
seems
the
really
thing.
cool. So,
People talk so much shit about Funimation, and it makes me mad because I have a lot of really good friends that work at Funimation, and they are just the dopest people.
yeah, I
They're
mean,
the
the thing is,
tits.
yeah,
I think
because it's
it's
like you
more the
shouldn't
work
associate the actor
environment
with.
than the people.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, Funimation, go woke or go broke, and I'm like, that's not even remotely what's happening over there.
Mm.
I love that there all these people that are screaming about the wokeness of Funimation. I was like, you do realize that Funimation's in Texas, right? Like, yeah, it's Dallas, and they're probably more blue than the rest of Texas, the Dallas Fort Worth area, but it's still motherfucking Texas.
It gets hot.
I mean,
from what I
well,
hear.
I was talking on the political side of things, but also yes,
That also gets hot on the political side.
yeah, it do be getting hot.
Mhm.
Let's see. Who else could we possibly bring? Film would be fun. If we got Caden Glass Ahsoka, that would be cool.
Would be kind of cool to see who could come. I'd just be more interested in going to new cons. I've gone to basically all the ones over here where I live. So I think it's cool, but it would just depend on where you go. Also, I've never been to Atlanta. I don't know how the weather is, so I wonder if it's
I've
pretty
only
nice.
been to Atlanta once in my life, and that was for a music trip that I took, or that was for a trip that I took with my high school music department.
Mhm.
I will say this: if you do have a chance to go to Atlanta in your own time, check out the Atlanta Aquarium. Definitely a cool place.
Well, I'm
Jason
sure.
Liebrick
I love
voiced the
aquariums, so.
actual Satoru Mikami.
Mm-hmm.
Mallory Roddick. I have not heard of her. I've not seen her at any conventions, but she's the voice of Great Sage.
That's awesome.
Now we just need Tyson Reinhardt. That's what we really need. Tyson Reinhardt and Calvin together. The Rongas.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
The Ranga duo.
Dude, I know Michelle. Yeah. I know her husband Justin. Of course Tia Ballard is Shuna. That'd be like my third time talking to Tina. Tina is like happiness as a person.
Oh.
She's also like, no, we were in a lot of us were in a pretty bad mood for a while, and then we did an interview with Tia for Fairy Tale because she's happy in Fairy Tale, and picked right up. Everybody's mood improved greatly. We were like, oh my god,
I did a voice acting session with her.
she's great.
Fun fact: I took a.
Oh, Dawn
I'll say
Bennett.
this: don't take this.
Dawn Bennett is Shizu. She was Carla in Fairy Tale.
Yay!
I love that
I love
Gopta is
Dawn
being
Bennett.
voiced by Ryan Reynolds.
No, Ryan George.
It says Ryan Reynolds over here.
Whoa.
But anyway, don't
Okay.
unless you're super duper duper serious about voice acting, don't take this class because I shelled out $600 for it. But I thought it was worth it because I got to be directed by J. Michael Tatum,
Hell yeah.
Chris Rager, Tia Ballard, and Tyler Walker, who is the director of Fairy Tale.
Oh, Tyler! I haven't spoken with Tyler in forever. I miss Tyler.
He's also the one of the writers for the Dr. Stone dub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Dude,
badass.
Tyler, like we did several interviews with Tyler, and we just hung out with Tyler and his wife Heather on calls and stuff. They were like some of the sweetest people.
Nice.
Yeah, I've still got one of the shirts. Because several of us bought one of the Brain shirts. Because one of his friends was diagnosed with cerebral palsy, and and they were selling shirts to raise money for his medical expenses. We bought so we did a whole podcast with them. We were all wearing the shirts together, and I was like, yeah. So the whole crew, and this was like we were doing Google Hangouts. You remember that? Yeah, Google Hangouts. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
How much? Okay, how much?
How times have changed.
Also, we would not be the only ones from Slime because there's plenty of people. Veldora actually lives nearby. Like Veldora lives in the Atlanta area.
Chris Rager.
That's
No,
awesome.
Yeah, Chris Rager is a really chill guy.
No, our Veldora. Our
sorry.
Veldora lives there. Chris Rager. But yes, Chris does not surprise me at all that Chris is Veldora. Literally, if you've ever played the Borderlands series, he is Torg. Or if you're
also,
a fan
for
of Dragon Ball
fans, he's the
Mr.
voice
Satan.
of Mr. Satan.
There you go, Mr.
Holy
Satan.
shit, he is.
Yes.
He's. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Dude, there's so many people here.
And
that
for My Hero
recognize.
Academia fans, remember the Cementy guy? He's that guy. His hero name is Cementos.
Cementos.
My Hero Academia. Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. The guy with the cool hair.
Of course, Chuck.
No, he literally looks like a cinder block.
Yeah.
John
and he's got
Bergmeyer is Clayman?
Wow, yeah.
Oh, that's so hard to figure out. John Bergmeyer as Clayman is really hitting me
And
weird.
Shinhan is Clayman. Holy crap.
Because here's the thing that's hitting me. That is literally that's Shigure Soma from Fruits Basket. So now all I can picture in my head is Clayman just dancing by high school girls.
No, I'm just thinking Ten Shinhan. What if Ten Shinhan turned evil?
Right. David Wald is Veyard.
Just like Kiko Ho or Kiko fuck yourself, Rimuru.
Kiko Ho fuck yourself, Rimuru. Oh wow, Gail Gibson. Okay, so Midoriya is
That
Gail.
sounds familiar.
So yeah, if
Mm.
we get Gail, whoever voices Gail, I hope they're in the Atlanta area because I just want them to show up next to Justin Brenner and do their best interpretation of Jorgen von Strangle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have met myself. Yeah. Look at this guy. He is going to crush you with his mighty All for One powers that I have bestowed upon Gale Gibson. You don't know who this guy is? Really?
I kind of want to just audition for Gail. I kind
That
of
would
just
be
want to
cool.
audition for Gail for the lols.
For the
Damon
lols.
Mills,
You got it. You can do it.
Diablo. Wait, Ramirez is voiced by
Normally,
Jade?
I would say yes, get him there, but after
No.
the things he
I was
pulled,
after I heard about I was like, wait a minute. Because I was like, this guy and this name sounds way too familiar, and I'm pretty sure there was controversy recently, and without getting into it. But Jade is
Yeah.
Ramirez. Jade is so cool. She's such a nice person.
Man, you met so many people. That's great. Like that's
Yeah, dude.
wonderful to see.
Well, Brittany
So-
Karbowski, Rimuru, I know her as Wendy from Fairy Tail.
Mhm.
Like, it's hard to throw a stone at Fairy Tail and not hit a voice actor I don't know because Fairy Tail was huge. It's a giant dude. I got to interview Chris fucking Sabat because he was Elfman.
Mhm. Elf man.
And he's like, yeah, I don't really have a lot to say because, I don't say a lot except for man. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. We just use Fairy Tail as an excuse to get you here and just shoot the shit. And he was like, awesome. So,
Yeah.
literally what it is. But
yeah,
yeah,
Chris just seems like a really down to earth guy. Also,
funny
really
as hell.
funny.
Yeah, really, really funny. Like, if you have not seen any of the stuff that he and Eric Vale get up to, they're absolute idiots. They are really, it's no stretch of the imagination that Eric Vale is Sanji and Chris Sabat is Zoro. It works. That's their relationship.
Yep.
They fuck with
No, I
each,
think
they
my
fuck with each
favorite
other's food.
thing in One Piece that the two of them did was after the time skip when they meet again, and
They will be
then they
sitting
hear
down,
from Frankie.
they will be sitting down at
So-
a restaurant and mess with each other's food. It's just how
It is
stupid
good
they
to
are.
see you,
That's
buddy.
Yeah.
great.
They are dumb. They are
Yeah, my
dumb like that.
favorite-
Yeah. That's
My
wonderful.
favorite thing my favorite Sanji Zoro interaction is, what did Frankie say? No, you didn't get it? Well, let's see. Navy, come here. Us pirates, ship, run away. Was that clear enough for you?
You.
And then Zoro says, why are you talking like that? Huh, thought I speak on your level for once.
I love
Huh?
I love after that he's like, later, me, sword, you, kill. Like,
No, yeah, he just, in the dub he says, after this, stupid cook, die!
great times. Great times.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, as cool as all that is, and it'd be great wishful thinking and all that, we would love to
Mhm.
attend AWA. And of course, if you would
Yes.
like to,
Yes.
we will let you know further on
Hope to
down
see
the
you there.
line.
Mhm.
The number one concern is we'd have to secure a hotel room. And so that would be the
How
the
far can you
first
book
thing.
that out in advance?
Make sure you finish chapter 2. Speaking of chapter 2, make sure you finish chapter 2. Speaking of chapter 2, I'm here to give you a special offer on a 2-pack of OxyClean. It gets the tough stains out without the harmful effects of chlorine bleach. If you guys are going to be in DC during June, Sabat and Schimmel will be at AwesomeCon. I have met both of them at New York Comic Con one year. Schimmel,
Cool.
not the nicest of people to be around, but Chris,
Mhm.
absolutely. And I'd already talked to Chris, so the one person I wanted to chat with was actually Justin Cook. He has directed and voiced a lot of stuff, but to me, he will always be the most sarcastic boy ever in the form of Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh my
Yeah, I was
God,
gonna
that's
say,
amazing.
sounds like you're talking about Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho.
I literally sat there with him as we were walking
Hey,
down the way.
Urameshi.
I was like, dude,
Mm.
I got two things that I really want to give you praise for. And he was like, okay. I was like, first off, smart ass Yusuke. And he was like, oh, that was so fun. I was like, Dude, I have watched it dubbed and subbed. I gotta say, it's funnier dubbed because you guys are just sassy as fuck and you don't care, and I love it. And second, I had to give him a lot of props because he directed the original Fruits Basket, the 2001 version that was originally released. He directed that,
Yeah.
and actually, Justin Cook is the one that you think. He was the first person to cast Aaron Dismuke. Yeah. So we would not have the old school Alphonse Elric or the Oscar that we currently have in Ruby or all that other stuff that all the amazing voices that he has done, you would not have them if Justin Cook didn't cast him as little Hiro Soma, the boy that turns into the sheep. And he played a really just kind of a bitch of a character, but he pulled it off like a real snot-nosed kid. And it was great. He pulled it off. All right.
Also, I'm taking a look at the guests that they have for Awesome Con. They got Simu Liu from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. They got Sean Astin, Melissa Joan Hart.
She lives
Kel
an hour and a half
Mitchell.
away from me.
Wow.
Oh, for
okay.
real?
Yeah. Melissa Joan Hart lives in Nashville.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
They got Giancarlo Esposito, who
Nice.
is in Mandalorian and also Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah. Giancarlo Esposito, dude. Far Cry. What is it? 5 or 6? I think it was Far
And
Cry
Anthony
6.
Daniels.
Why?
They have
C-3PO.
Anthony Daniels, the
C-3PO.
guy who plays C-3PO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then they also, for any Broadway fans, they have Anthony Rapp. Some people who are Star Trek fans may know him more for Star Trek. I know him in Rent.
Yeah.
He was one of the original
cool.
cast members in Rent.
Today I learned.
Let's
It's gonna be
see.
quite an
Is
impressive
this for
guest list.
2022? Wait, what?
This is 2022, I
No,
think.
no, not that. I'm sorry, I'm looking at a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Japanese guests at AWA. They have a lot. It's not specifically just dub focused anymore.
Oh, like animators or voice actors
Oh,
or something.
whoa! Dante Bosco's gonna be there. Dope. Oh fuck!
Oh,
If
shit.
Christina V is gonna be there, I can't not say something. Derek Snow will be there. Derek
Nice.
Snow is Rieger.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
Kyle!
cool.
That
Kyle's gonna be there.
would be
Kyle
awesome.
Abear. Fuck. Okay. It does not help. It does not help that 2 of the guests that are gonna be there are both in Konosuba, and we're doing Konosuba's one shot. Darkness and Aqua will be there.
Yeah, she's
Oh, Eric Vale
yeah.
had to cancel. That's sad. Eric Vale was gonna be there. That would've
Austin
been cool.
Tyndall will be at AWA.
Wait, where are you?
He's gonna be there. Alejandro Saab.
Yeah.
I've
Oh, yeah.
watched him a lot on YouTube. Chaotic AF, but we love to see it.
Dante Bosco will be there.
Mm,
Oh,
Fun
name doesn't
fact.
ring a bell.
Chris Guerrero. So if you like Einzul Gone.
Oh, that's cool.
Also, the voice of Cooler and Dr. Giro in Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Really, that
Like,
guy?
he pretty much uses the same voice for Cooler that he uses for Ainz,
Oh my
except for,
God.
like, in his regular voice.
Laura Stahl. AKA
That's pretty cool. I liked his
okay,
voice.
for those of us that are Genshin fans, Barbara in Genshin, and if you ever saw,
Yeah.
if any of you have ever saw Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun, she's Iruma-kun. Friday only, but those of you who remember, like Calvin and I do, the original Evangelion, the original Oscar Langley Soryu, Tiffany Grant's gonna be there on Friday.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow. All right.
Kevin Reed.
That'd be quite a fucking guest list. Jesus. Okay.
There's a lot of Japanese musical
A lot of
artists.
talent.
There's a lot of Japanese musical artists that are gonna be
Is
showing up.
Dalco gonna be there?
Uh,
I do like Dalco.
dude, all right, here's the thing. If Austin's gonna be there, then I would not be surprised if he didn't bring his wife, because usually if Austin goes somewhere,
She's right behind him.
yeah. Wait, hold on. Maybe I got this wrong. No. Yeah, I got it wrong. Austin Tyndall. No, okay. I got them switched around. Different dude. Austin Tyndall's not Bakugo. I got that messed up. no, I do know Austin Tyndall though. He did Drunk Shakespeare. I have
Ooh,
yeah, he did Drunk Shakespeare at Anime Blast Chattanooga, and we had a lot of fun with that. That was some cool shit that we did. It
hey
was
Richie,
it was a lot of fun.
I got a dumb question. If
Go
we get
for it.
invited on for a panel, do we need to pay for a ticket?
Depends on how many panels you get approved for.
Gotcha. I was just curious 'cause I didn't know if because we're in a panel that you just get access to the con, or if you have
You
to
have
pay
to
for
do
an extra.
4 hours worth of content in order to get a panelist badge, and only two
And that
people
gives
get
you
it.
access.
And only 2 people get it. Whoever the main host and the side host is. I can have a bunch of different side hosts.
Okay.
So
I was just curious. I don't know. how it
or
works,
I can make
so-
it where I have all 4 of us. So I'm the main host, and everybody else is like side hosts the entire time for all 8 things, and it's just like, okay, let's. Or I could just do. I'm doing 4 with Calvin as my side host, and you're doing 4 with Char, but we'll be there helping out, and like I'm still running it. I'm still running the show. Calvin's bringing the technology, but for legal reasons, you're in charge.
Gotcha. I was just curious because it'll
For
probably be
legal
my first
reasons
time.
and getting you
so-
a badge. It's
Yeah.
it'd be your first con?
Well, not my first con, but like my first
Oh,
panel like experience as
I
like,
got
going
I
out
got
to, like,
all
con stuff,
excited
so-
thinking we were gonna pop your con cherry. Sadness.
Nah, I popped that
Sadness.
a long time ago. So, but it was mostly just
Attaboy.
me just browsing around buying stuff. So this will be an interesting time going out to actually like rev it up and
Well,
do it
we'll
up
have a
and
lot of
cool.
panels over 4. I mean, there's 4 days worth of content, so yeah.
Mhm.
Guys, thank you so much. But
Yeah, thank you,
most of
guys.
the rest of the commentary that we need to have probably should happen off stream.
Off screen.
Mhm.
Yeah. So while we appreciate it and we love you for hanging in there and chilling with us
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
all that jazz,
absolutely.
we really, really do appreciate it. I've never really cared about Schimmel. Sabbath just seems a lot more down to dude. Sabbath is down to earth. He is like really cool. Just a chill dude, and definitely has our dumb college sense of humor. That having been said, though, guys, y'all take care. We'll see you later. Maybe. Oh no, this Wednesday is D&D, so get ready for D&D Wednesdays, and then we will have Fan Friday coming up. More Minecraft for Fan Friday. Yay! We didn't do a lot. We didn't do a lot this Friday, so yeah.
I will be back on Friday, so
Okay.
we can we can do
There were-
do more of the stuff.
There was a
and,
lot of confusion. I was like, oh, I thought we were building livestock and farming area, and they were like, no, we're building like this big tea area here, and I'm like, okay, so now we have to clear out a whole new section for livestock and farming, and then everybody just went nuts on farming, and I was like, there has to be an area for livestock.
Yeah, you need the meat.
You
and
need
milk,
that.
so
You need the
Yep.
meat. We need the
Well,
meats.
how can you have your
Well, we
pudding
have-
if you can't eat
we
your
have
meat?
world edit.
World edit. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Eat more.